Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today in today's reading. Now, today we're going to be getting into, where is the paper? Child, I forgot already. How will your next partner treat you? This could be about next partner, future spouse, whatever you want it to be about, honestly. But the person who you're going to end up with next or will end up with, end all be all, how will they treat you? Okay? Watch for whoever you want to watch for. Okay? So let's get right into the reading. Please, Spirit, tap us into the energy of our group one's person, their next partner, their future spouse. How will they treat them? Okay. How will they treat them? So what will your next relationship be like? Could also be another interpretation of the reading as well. We're more so focusing on how this person will treat you. So please, Spirit, tap into the energy of my group one's next partner or future spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever. Here we have the Two of Swords, and then we have the Eight of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what else comes out. Please, Spirit, for my group ones. How will their next partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, person treat them? Please, Spirit. How will the next partner treat them? I'm seeing Big Ben in front of me right now on the computer. So this person could be like, of course, Big Ben is in England or London, whatever you want to call it. And that's like overseas. So this next person could be like overseas, different culture, that kind of energy coming through. So there will be like differences you may have to overcome, right? I'm hearing going Dutch could be a thing as well, because I know the reason why it's called going Dutch is because what is Dutch? Is that Netherlands or something? Whatever, wherever they be, Dutch people be at. They believe in like 50-50 when they're going on dates, so they call it going Dutch. So that could be something this person believes in this next connection that you're going to be in. Let's see what else comes out. We have the Three of Swords. Oh, and then the Five of Coins. Yuck. This energy. I'm like, maybe I was wrong with the Nemesis coming out. Eight of Wands. Interesting. Okay, let's not look at it in that kind of way. Let's just get some clarifiers. I'm going to clarify for the Two of Swords. Why is that here? Please, Spirit. How will their next partner treat them? Clarify the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is all about making a decision, being at a crossroads, having two things in front of you. So this person could like be indecisive, or they're good at making decisions, especially if you're my women coming through. The example that I'm being given is when it's time to pick what you want to eat, or where you want to go, or what you're doing. They're going to be very decisive when it comes to that. So you're not going to be sitting there like, I don't know what I want to do. They're going to be like, okay, fine. I'll choose. I'll pick where we're going and what time we get there, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so they're going to be very decisive. They're going to take a lot of weight off your shoulders. I'm also being taken to how a lot of dating coaches are like, men are problem solvers. So if you give them a problem, they're going to fix it. So this person's kind of giving me problem solver as well, right? Clarifier, please. What's going on? Thank you. And then we have the Page of Coins. Yeah, coming up with solutions when you're feeling indecisive. So maybe you're someone who's naturally indecisive, and this person that you're going to be in a connection with is going to be making all the decisions, therefore taking all that weight off your shoulders, right? There's no need for you to be stressed out about where you're going, how you're getting there, like what time you should meet up. This person's definitely going to be like very indecisive. Demanding could also be a thing as well. The Eight of Wands is there's something here about fastness or fast energy, very passionate. This person could be like very athletically built. They're very active. That could be something, because at Atlanta, it looks like she's running somewhere and she has very strong arms. So this is kind of giving me, if it's being taken in the context of how they treat you, they're going to hold things for you. They're strong. They want to hold stuff and lighten your load in mental way and the physical way. So if you're indecisive, you can't come up with a decision, they got you. If you are holding a lot, and they're going to be like, oh, hey, let me hold that for you, kind of thing. So just keep that in mind as well. Just want to get the sunlight out of the way. Okay, that looks better. So that's what's coming through so far for you guys. So yeah, we have that energy of them like coming up with giving you solutions. So this is going to be a problem solver you're going to be in a connection with. Next, here we have the Eight of Wands. Can I get a clarify for the Eight of Wands, please, Spirit? Why is the Eight of Wands here? How will their next partner treat them, please, Spirit? Why is the Eight of Wands here? Okay. For the Eight of Wands, we have the Ace of Wands and the Lovers. Yeah, this is also about making decisions. So this person wants to take the weight off your shoulders. They want you to be in your feminine energy here because we have Aphrodite coming through. So instead of you doing everything and you always holding everything, it's going to be very much he's opening the doors. He's opening your car door. You're not going to have to lift a finger, and I mean that literally. I'm also kind of getting maybe they may pay. I don't know. I was kind of getting a frugal energy from this person. So maybe they may not like pay for your nails. Some of them may, right? But it's kind of giving me you're not going to have to lift a finger, or if you pay for your nails are never going to be broken a day in their life, or the cost may never be if they do break by you holding things that are too heavy for you, that kind of thing. This is like a very like machismo kind of person. I feel like they believe in like traditional gender roles. So the guy holds the door, the guy holds the heavy stuff. Like if you guys went shopping for at the grocery store, they're loading the car and they're also unloading the car, right? And if you have to help, they're probably bringing you a cart for you to bring everything inside, right? Or you're holding the bread or the eggs, that kind of thing. You're not really holding much is kind of what I'm getting. But here with the Ace of Wands coming out to clarify the Eight of Wands, this person is going to be very like, how they treat you, they're going to be very attracted to you. They're going to be like very touchy, very feely, very suggestive. You know what I mean? This person's kind of giving me they're very frisky and they're even willing to do stuff outside. You know what I mean? I'm getting like whenever they are in the mood, they're definitely trying to get you in the mood too. Is the energy coming through. So they'll treat you that way by like trying to get you excited in maybe public settings. So just get ready for that. I feel like with the Lovers, like I said, with the Ace of Wands, very active imagination. When it and they have faced this, there's just something about this man. Why they made him so bulky and burly? Like, come on now. He's like throwing you over their shoulder, like going somewhere with you and taking you somewhere. Is the vibe that's coming through in this reading. Like, I'm hearing a cannonball. I know this is not a cannonball, but that's what this down here is kind of giving me. Cannon, right? So that's definitely coming through. They're very strong. They're definitely going to be someone's like manhandling you or just like always wanting to like be in your personal space, kind of what I'm getting. Hugging you, touching you, holding your waist, squeezing your butt and running away, or maybe not running away. That's what I do. I be like squeezing people's butts and running away, but that's too much information. Mind your business. But they may not run away. They may be very like, you know, like, yeah, I did that. And what kind of energy with the Eight of Wands. This person's going to be very playful. It's the vibe that I'm getting as well. How they treat you in a very playful manner. You're going to feel very safe with them because the way she's hugging this stone, just disregard that it's a stone for, you know, or a statue in this case. But you know when you're holding onto something strong and sturdy, you're just like, oh my gosh, you're so strong. Or they make you feel very feminine, delicate, and dainty kind of energy. Whether they're, because this person's not too much taller than Aphrodite in this, you know, picture here, but she's still like laying on them and depending on them and leaning on them. So they're definitely gonna give you a shoulder to lean on. But them representing like statue in this Lovers, where if you're watching, you're the feminine, they're representing someone that you can like depend on kind of energy. How they treat you is like, oh, you know your man's gonna be there to help you out with something or do this for you or do that for you. You don't really gotta worry too much about it. If this heater doesn't shut the hell, yo. Anyway, I'm trying to ignore it because I can't. Anyway, yeah. It's definitely giving like you can depend on this person or lean on them, but they're very like strong. They're going to be doing all the heavy lifting, literally. I'm also getting like an energy of this person like maybe being able to lift you up, and that's something they're going to do a lot. They're going to treat you as if you're like this rag doll. Okay, so just keep that in mind as well. Can I get a clarify for the Three of Swords? This energy worries me because why is the Three of Swords like, what's up with that? You know what I mean? What is up with that? So please, Spirit, why is the Three of Swords here, please, for how they'll treat them? Maybe they'll try to heal your broken heart is kind of what I'm getting as well. Because if you're in a connection with them, I would hope they won't break your heart or treat you bad. But you never know what kind of relationships people be out there in, you know? So that's definitely something. Here we have the Hangman. And then we have the Six of Wands. Yeah, there's something here about overcoming. I don't know how this is meant to be taken, but we'll take it. in the reverse era, okay? So or the upright, whatever you want to call it. The hangman is like, this is someone who's releasing you from these shackles or holdups. There's something here about maybe you being someone who is very overly independent. If you resonate with that, great. If you don't, fine. Not everything in a reading will resonate with you on YouTube. It's not private reading, okay? So just keep that in mind as well. But it's definitely giving me here about the holdups and saving, Captain Save, how this person like wants to be chivalrous real bad, right? Because like I said, holding the door open, making sure you're not carrying anything, making sure the load that you're carrying is not too heavy for you, right? Taking weight off your shoulders, whether you have to ask them to or not, kind of energy. But when I'm thinking of Prometheus, I'm thinking of how he helped out the human race and gave them fire after Zeus took it away, which is why he was forever meant to like be, his pancreas or his liver was meant to be picked at by a bird every day, every hour on the hour, not every hour on the hour, but every day he's meant to be unalived, to come back again because he's immortal, and that process to be done over and over again. Poor Prometheus, child. He just wanted to give humans fire. But the more I get into Greek mythology and the more I learn as an adult, it doesn't seem as cute and fun as it did when I was younger watching the Percy Jackson movies. Okay, I'm like, oh, you know what? It's kind of ghetto. You're very ghetto. Because Zeus was just a tyrant, child. It's very rude. Most of the gods and goddesses were, to be honest. But I'm just like, I still love it. You know, I'm trying to keep that childlike wonder when I'm thinking of it. But it just, child, it's ghetto out here sometimes. But anyway, yeah, the hangman, clarifying the Three of Swords and the Six of Wands. This person will try to alleviate any pain or discomfort that you feel. That's something they're going to do for you. I do believe acts of service is going to be a big love language for this person. So if you find they don't like say things a lot or express their love and their undying love for you or give you a bunch of compliments, it's because this person, the way they show love to the person they want to be with or they are with, is acts of service. So they're doing things for you, making your load lighter. And most women appreciate that. Other women don't really want that. But just keep in mind that everyone's love language is different. There's always a conversation that could be had about, hey, my love language is this, and in order for me to feel loved, I need this, right? Most men's love language is physical touch, and not every woman's love language is physical touch. So it's kind of like you're already clashing in that kind of way. But I do believe physical touch and acts of service would be this person's love language. And if that's not something that you like or prefer as a love language, it's a conversation that you could definitely have with them. But this person's like overall goal in this connection with you and how they want to treat you is to make your load as light as possible, right? You're not doing too much. You're not carrying too much. You're taking things off your shoulders, you know, whenever they can, okay? Getting you out of your head whenever you can. If you're stuck on a problem, finding a solution. So this person's like very much solution-based, helping-based, success-based. It's kind of giving me someone who's like very smart, or this person could be successful themselves. And if you're asking them for help to overcome something, they're very good at like managing problems, or like, I don't know, just how can I describe it? They're very good at like getting people's life on track or being successful is, I guess, the way to leave it at that. They'll give you little tidbits or little kernels of wisdom to help your life be better and more manageable, right? And it's kind of like, okay, thanks, right? If you need help spending money better, they'll help you do that. If you need business advice, they'll help you do that. If you have a question that you don't know the answer to, they will help you find the answer. Like this person's giving me like, not even parental, it's giving like I said, just solution based. They want to fix and help, and you know, that's how they feel useful, right? Then can I get a clarify about the Five of Coins? The Five of Coins is crazy. So maybe you're someone who's more prone to like being sad and like depressed or feeling like life is too heavy sometimes, and they just want to really help you fix that, you know? Because the Three of Swords and the Five of Coins both can talk about pain. They can talk about discomfort, like things not going the way you want them to, like you're crying over every small little thing. Maybe this person hates to see you upset, so they're always gonna like try to find a way to make you happy or smile. If you are someone who's more prone to anxiety or sadness or depression, they're gonna do their very best to maybe be understanding of that. You know, most people would just be like, oh my gosh, you're sad all the time, bye. Other people will be like, okay, I understand, I accept you as you are, and I'm gonna do everything I can to like help you feel better, you know? Okay, that's kind of what I'm getting as well. But let's see what comes out to clarify the Five of Coins. Please, Spirit, can we clarify the Five of Coins? Like, this person's all about, like, success, right? If you have the Queen of Coins, yeah, this person is definitely giving me, like, a caretaker of energy. This person could, like, be an older sibling, who you're going to be dating next. This person could be, like, a father. This person could be a teacher. This person could be, like, a healthcare professional, doctor, nurse, that kind of energy. And that's like literally their predisposition to help and to fix. Okay, so it comes naturally to them. It's something that they like strive to do, make people in their life live and be happy. You know what I mean? This is the kind of son that's going over to his mom's house every week to make sure she's eating, to fix her things, whatever needs to be fixed. This is the kind of friend that a girlfriend or a guy friend would call over and ask for help with something, and this person would definitely be there for their people. So with the Five of Coins being clarified by the Queen of Coins, this person is coming up with solutions to fix your problems. This person could even give you an allowance. They give you money, that kind of energy, but it's like they want to be of service. So it's definitely giving Virgo vibes. And unsurprisingly, because the Queen of Coins is like Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus energy. Okay, so this person is like very much rooted and fixed in like solving problems and buying things and that kind of energy, making sure your life is good. So this person could definitely be a big cook, because we have Taurus energy coming through. They cook things for you. Capricorn energy, like I said, business, strategy, karma, like getting your life together, discipline, you know what I'm hearing? Discernment, that kind of energy. Like, you're too nice. You need to learn how to be like this. Kind of energy is coming through with this person. Like, very much like, how can I describe it without it being weird? It's like father, mama bear, papa bear kind of energy. That's who they act as in their relationships, whether it's siblings, friends, lovers, whatever. You know, this could even be the kind of person who parents their parents. You know, like, mom, why didn't you eat today? Or dad, you're supposed to be taking your medicine, kind of energy. You know, that's the kind of person I'm getting here, where they have to make sure everything is okay. So they're like, they have a really big heart, this person. I feel like earth signs could be very stingy with money, and that could be something coming through as well. Like, this person may not give you money, but buy things for you, if that makes sense. So if you're like the kind of person who wants like an allowance or whatever from a partner, or that's something that you like are interested in, this isn't your person. But you may still, I mean, this is like your next relationship, so you do end up with them. But it's kind of like, if you're looking for someone who's going to give you money and give you an allowance and like keep you, upkeep you, I don't think this is the person here. Because even if the Five of Coins and the Three of Swords represents them trying to heal your heart or heal your money in some kind of way, it's like, it could be, honestly, you know, actually and factually, this could definitely be that. This person, because you're broke. Let me stop. I'm not calling y'all broke. It's a joke, okay? And look at that rhyme. That's confirmation for me anyway. So we have the Five of Coins. This is you feeling like you never have enough, that no matter what happens, paycheck to paycheck, like nothing, you have enough money for anything good or fun in your life. Here comes this person. Oh, babe, what's wrong? I'm sad. Why? I'm hungry, but I can't really get any food right now because I'm not really, you know, working or making enough money, or I just paid rent, I just paid bills, da 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 da. And they're kind of like, oh, it's okay. Like, they'll either bring you food or maybe send you the money to get food. But like, when it comes to earth signs, they're very good at like making money. First of all, they're very good at keeping money for the most part. It really just depends on your chart. Because people are like, oh my gosh, you're an earth sign, you must be so good at saving money. I'm like, oh, sure. Like, if I were to really put my heart and soul into it, I probably would be, but I like buying things too much. You know what I mean? Which is why I'm like, they may be a little frugal depending on the kind of person you're with. But the fact that we have the Five of Coins, which is like a very broke, down on your luck kind of energy, that we have the Queen of Pentacles, like clarifying that, it's very much given they take on a nurturing role to you. Maybe they help you, like I said, save money and come up with a better like budget to make sure you have money for food instead of like actually giving you the money. And I think that's more helpful, because even if you never end up with them, you can become dependent on someone when it comes to them always giving you money. But if they were to teach you how to handle and manage your finances, that's a long-term solution that will last even after they're gone. You know, they may give you advice to make better money or save better money, or they may like say, oh, hey, I do this, like I invest in these and da da da, and they start having you do the same thing because you're their partner. So that even after they leave, right, and if they're not always going to manage your finances after the fact, you would learn something from them. There's something you kept from them. Because the Queen of Coins is my teacher, nurturer, like provider archetype kind of card. She's the mother, right? She's the stay-at-home mom, taking care of the kids, making sure the kids ate, making sure the kids did this, they went to sleep on time, is the kind of energy coming through here. So you're giving or getting a partner who wants to take care of and nurture and make sure that people's good, okay? But yeah, then we have the Six of Wands. This person wants to make sure you're successful as well. Like I said, if you're having like trouble with that. I forgot these two cards came out together. And you know what is freaking hilarious to me that I just realized? Why is Hephaestus and Aphrodite married? Their spouses in Greek mythology. She'd be cheating on him with Aries, but this person is also going to be the person, like I said, who's good around the house. They're going to be building stuff because Hephaestus is very good at that. You know, he's good with his hands, and so is your person, child. Okay, nice and strong. Let's give him construction worker kind of energy. This person could definitely be like blue collar, have blue collar, have a blue collar job. Okay, but anyway, yeah, Hephaestus and Aphrodite are married to each other. You know what I mean? Even though, like I said, she was always cheating on this man and didn't really care for him, they made him look nice and sexy in the deck. But I heard in real life he wasn't really all that cute, which is why Aphrodite was like, no, sir, I'm finding someone else. I'm going to get somebody else to do it. But anyway, yeah, that's what's coming through here. So I'm like, okay, look at them come out together. That's really crazy that they came out together. But yeah, that's what's coming through. Let's see what else. This was the Three of Swords, and then these two cards were with the Three of Swords, and then we have the Five of Coins and the Queen of Coins. So definitely problem-solving energy. Problem solver. They want to take care of, come up with solutions, that kind of energy. Yeah, that's a big thing coming through, especially because we have the Pentacles. This person could help you with your money or give you money. Take whatever resonates for you. Gonna get some cards from this deck here and see what comes through. Please Spirit for my group ones. How will their next partner treat them? How will their next partner treat them in their relationship? Please Spirit. How will their next partner treat them in their relationship? Please Spirit for my group ones. Okay. We have dancing in light. So this could be the kind of person you're dancing in the kitchen, okay? That's beautiful though. But this person definitely makes you feel seen is what I'm getting, because I'm seeing someone like bathed in light, and I'm hearing to be loved is to be seen, to be understood. So someone who actively takes the steps to understand you, that's how this person will treat you. Like I said, they may not be like, oh my gosh, you're so sexy, yeah, babe, or whatever. But they're going to be there for you. They're going to be someone that you can depend on. And I feel like that is like, that could definitely be sometimes more attractive than someone like always telling you how sexy you are. Like them showing you how sexy they find you, right? Like I said, with that like physical endurance, Eight of Wands coming through here. Very like affectionate physically, physical touch, of course. But they may not be like very vocal about it. There's not many swords coming through here besides the Two of Swords, and that's more so like them telling you battle strategy and plans to fix your life or make your business better kind of energy. It's not so much, oh, you look so sexy today kind of energy. This person may be like more silent, more quiet, you know, more passive, you know. That could be something coming through. But then we have mind your own. Yeah, interesting. I'm getting this in a different way than I usually would. Mind your own is kind of like someone telling you like, or teaching you how to mind your own finances, mind your own house, mind your own something, you know? And now that I'm saying it, it sounds like mind your own. That's probably why it's coming through that way. It's always usually like mind your own business, like mind what matters to you, and stop worrying about what someone else is doing or how much they have. But it's like mind your own is making me think of the dwarves from Snow White, and how they went mining for the jewels. So this person may teach you how to make money. That's how they're gonna, you know, treat you in this connection. I love that, actually, like I said, because that sticks longer than them always giving you the money. They're gonna teach you how to make it instead of depending on them for it, or depending on anyone for it. That's sexy. Here we have bad company. Interesting. This is definitely giving me like father vibes, like father, mother. Like, don't hang out with that girl. She does no good for you. Don't hang out with that guy. He's no good for you. Like, your friends will take you there, they won't take you back kind of energy. This person could be like very nitpicky or opinionated about your life, you know? And I feel like that could be sexy, but it can also be annoying, right? They're paying too much attention, giving you too much advice, too much in your business. You know what I mean? Because you don't tell me who I could be friends with. Like, thank you for giving me the heads up that this person may not have my best interest at heart, but I don't need you to try to parent me. Like, we're partners, not like, yeah, if you want that and if you like that, then of course. But like I said, there's a fine line before it gets weird, you know? Anyway, for me anyway, because I'm like, yeah, you can tell me what to do, but don't be like, it has to be consensual. Now, when you're trying to be demanding and all that kind of stuff, then I fight, right? Okay. But anyway, yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. This is the kind of person who's gonna like be very opinionated or give like a lot of insight into your life, and that could be, like I said, the detriment or the downside to them being so focused on you, you know? Okay, and here we have stage of play. Oh, I'd be forgetting that she's riding a damn, fly, not a fly, but you know what I mean. Whatever this bird here is. I'm like, girl, what are you on? And then I look and see these big old eyes and I'm like, oh God. Okay, yeah, we have stage of play. I don't understand what this means, honestly, but we have a ladybug and ladybug represents luck. This is like in flight because the fact she's on a bird is like they're gonna fly somewhere, even though she has her own wings. Like I said, yes, that's what I was saying. Like, even if you know how to drive, even if you have your own whatever, this person's like, now let me hold it. Even if you're strong enough to hold all the bags, they're gonna be like, no, let me hold it. I said what I said. Is the kind of energy coming through here. Like, even though she has wings and she could fly somewhere herself, the bird is like, nah, come lay on my back. Come get on my back and I'll take you where you need to go, right? Even though you can drive and you may have a car, this person may like driving you around, right? It's getting passenger princess for some of you, where it's like, yeah, I could get my own car. Yeah, you could get your own car, or I can just drive you everywhere, you know? I might read for this card though, stage of play. And then we have crying out. Interesting. Yeah, this energy. I don't know. This person may be like very emotional. Like, I was really getting that vibe. Maybe you're the one that's more so emotional, and they're gonna be there like to hold you when you're crying, kind of energy. But crying out could definitely be like in terms of how they treat you. They let you cry. They're not treating you like you're crazy or too emotional, that kind of thing. Like I said, they're giving you like a safe place to land or a place to feel safe, right? Let me take out the book and read stage of play. It's just giving very playful energy. That could definitely be what that is as well. Yeah, this person could be very playful. Because I was kind of getting that with the Eight of Wands. They're very playful energy. Okay. Let's go to the straight to it. Pretty. Okay, so sprites are a common type of fairy with insect-like wings who glow like fireflies in the dark. It's possible you have seen one before in the woods or even just your backyard and mistaken them for an insect or flower. They are playful by nature and live in harmony with birds, beetles, butterflies, everything in their natural surroundings, including each other. When this card is drawn, your inner child is entering a stage of play. Soften your boundaries to let laughter in and seek opportunities to let loose and have fun. Don't disappoint fairies who know how to have a good time. Okay, so I am getting this person may not take you out of your shell, but they may teach you how to have a good time or like open you up a little bit. Maybe you're someone who's used to being very closed off, very pragmatic, very negative, right? Very pessimistic, very glass half empty kind of mentality. And this person kind of like softens your rough edges or sharp edges, you know? They kind of buff you out a little bit. You know what I mean? You know, like when you first get your nails done, they put the acrylic down. It's like it's too slippery. They gotta buff it out a little bit to make it grip whatever they put on it more, right? So this person's gonna make you open so you're more receptive to their good treatment, you know? That's what I'm getting though. They're gonna soften your hard shell. You know what I mean? Okay, they're gonna make you liquid. They're gonna make you melt. It's kind of what I'm getting as well. You know, they're gonna make you shine. Oh my God, did you just do that or say that or whatever? You know, like I am getting this person like being. You know what I'm seeing in my, what I'm seeing right now. There was a picture going around of Joseph Quinn, right, and Doja Cat, and basically I think she manifested him because she went and was telling what's the other dude's name? The one that plays Will in the show. She was telling him, oh, is Joseph Quinn single? Da da da, blah blah blah, like whatever. And then like years later, they end up together on like gossip website, whatever. And they're walking down the street, and his hand is just like grabbing a whole glob of booty in the picture. And I'm just like, Joseph, you don't even get down like that. But he must do, because she was like, okay. It's like giving that energy. Like they're gonna be the kind of person who's like holding your waist, lower back, or maybe even grabbing a cop in a field in public, you know? And that's like something you could be someone's like more rigid, you know what I mean? And they kind of like, hey, just relax. Like, I could touch your booty in public, it's mine. Like like it's chill. I'm showing you my affection. Like, relax, right? Like I said, this person may be like very full on. They always want to be touching up you, on you, and all around you, and you're like, I'm not big into, what is it called? What do they call it? Um, PDA. Like, don't be touching up on me and kissing me. And this person's like, hey, relax. I do what I please, right? And that's funny. The more they do it, the more they kind of weigh you down or wear you down. The more you're kind of like, oh, okay, I can get behind this, right? Is energy coming through for you guys? But yeah, this person's gonna make you more playful, and the fact that she's holding, like I said, ladybug, is like they're gonna make you more abundant, and you're gonna feel very lucky to be with them and have them, right? And also, like I said, sprites, not like I said, but like I was mentioning earlier, this person may make you feel dainty and small, because sprites are the size of insects, like they said, right? Okay, so we're going to use the dice as well to get some extra confirmations for how this person treats you. The houses, the zodiac signs, and the planets will be very helpful, I feel like, to clarify what may have been a little confusing for me. So here we have Neptune. This is like giving Poseidon. So like I said, very safe space emotionally, even though I wouldn't consider him safe space. Poseidon. I feel like he's my favorite. I like Poseidon, you know? But he wasn't, you know, clean as a whistle. None of them were, honestly. But here we have Neptune. This is like very dreamy. Like listening to your dreams, listening to you talk, getting into your mind, figuring out what makes you tick is how this person will definitely treat you. Like I said, you're gonna feel very seen by this person. They're asking the questions that you've never been asked before, kind of energy, getting to know you in a way you've never really felt or had, okay? But yeah, Neptune is definitely like giving like water and dreams kind of thing, okay? This person may help you fulfill these dreams you have, or help you realize new ones, or just ask you about dreams, or maybe you might fulfill dreams together, or ask you literally about your actual dreams that you had when you were sleeping. And other guys or other people may not have asked you that ever, you know? Here we have fifth house. This is this playful energy coming through. So this person is going to be big into like activities, right? This person may be big into drawing, going to the beach, running, going to amusement parks, arcades, bowling, golfing, like fun activities like that. This person's very much into, right? Like shows, going to shows, concerts, that kind of thing. This person's going to be like, that's how they're going to treat you. This person may take you along with them, like go on trips, right? That's what I'm getting as well. Trips, karaoke, roller skating, because this person does seem quite active. They're going to be doing all those things with you and like asking you to come along with them, right? Or like asking you to go, because there's a difference between someone inviting you out to a concert. Like, are you paying for my ticket? If you are, then I'll come along. And there's a difference than asking if you want to go with them and like purchase your own ticket separately. Kind of energy is what I'm getting, you know? But yeah, this person's definitely like, hey, come along with me. Here we have Pisces, and I love how we have Pisces coming through, and then we already had like Neptune, and Pisces and Neptune are all 12th house energy. So this is like deep knowing, deep understanding, like asking the deep questions, like getting to know what made you who you are and why do you act like that. And I feel like that has to do with the softening of the boundaries that they were talking about in the come out to play card or stage of play card, where they may like unlock your inner child and make you feel like very vulnerable and childlike and innocent around this person, but make you feel safe while you're doing so. Like when you're letting down your guard, they're making you feel safe enough to do it, right? And then we have Aquarius energy. This is that very like, I don't know, advanced thinking, progressive thinking. So this person could definitely be the kind of person that's like going Dutch, because that it was coming through. Progressive is kind of like, oh, women and men are equal now. Like, let's, you know, that kind of energy. You pay for your stuff and I pay for mine kind of energy. And if that's something you're uncomfortable with, I do believe it's something you should bring up and talk about, have an adult conversation. You know what I mean? But, you know, everyone here has enough money and we're both grown or whatever to pay for all our own stuff kind of vibes. You know what I mean? So this person could definitely be like that kind of as well. Progressive thinking, like I said, is like, oh, men and women are equal. Like they're very much into feminism. And if you want to pay for your own way, you can. Most people or some people don't want that. Some people do. It really just depends what you like, honestly. But I do feel like this person may ask, or they just may be like, hey, you gonna pay for that, I'm gonna pay for this kind of energy. Here we have, this is Pluto. For how they treat you. Interesting. This is kind of giving me, you may have some rough patches with this person before things kind of like smooth out, because there can be big differences between the two of you, or the way they're going about this connection is kind of like triggering you in some kind of way, right? Where it's like, oh, I don't want someone to like make me pay my own way every time we're out together or whatever, right? And they're kind of like, oh, but I do this and I do that and I do a few other things as well. Like I don't really want to feel comfortable or want to, you know, it's just difference in opinion. But I feel like, I don't know, it just depends. Like with Aquarius coming through this person, I don't think it's like very traditional, right? I'll just leave it at that. But we have the Pluto, so there's something here about them like challenging you in a way, emotionally, not psychically, mentally, right? That's a better way to say it. And you're kind of like, oh, but I don't want this, I don't want that. And it's like you're gonna have to have some conversations with this person. Of course, everything is not gonna be smooth sailing because you're in a relationship, right? So things will come up that may trigger you, and that's when the whole psyche comes through, where they're kind of like not psychoanalyzing you, but getting deeper, you know, and figuring out why you may feel this way or not. The fact that this heater was on the whole time is really pissing me off, because I can't right now. I can't. This is fourth house energy, so like feeling at home is the kind of energy coming through. You know what I mean? This is so cute. How they treat you, they're gonna protect you. You know, they're gonna make you feel warm. You're gonna get fuzzies and butterflies, and that kind of thing is coming through for how this person will treat you. Very beautiful. Cancers are also kind of like mother henny, you know, if that makes sense. Like they want to make sure you're okay. But it may be like this person's very safe for you emotionally, but they may not want to provide, you know, financially, if that makes any kind of sense. You know, that's the vibe that I'm getting. I could be wrong, honestly. But like I said, we have the Five of Coins clarified by the Queen of Coins. So this person could definitely, like I said, help you learn to make your own money so they don't got to pay for your own. Like I'm getting a frugal vibe from this person. I'm not even gonna lie. And it came through right away. I just don't like that kind of energy, because I'm like, ugh, stop being stingy. But in their mind, it's not them being stingy, you know? Anyway, yeah, that's what's coming through for you guys. This person could like spending time with you, like one-on-one at their house. You guys are both like homebodies. And that could be something coming through as well. For how they treat you. I heard this person could buy you a house. That's very interesting. This person could buy you a house. They're like, okay, I bought you the house, now you pay the bills kind of energy. I guess everyone's entitled to their opinion. Doesn't make it wrong or right. That's not for me to say. This is your person. Y'all figured it out together. But I'm going to leave you reading here. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you ever want to book a personal reading, you could always do so using my email in the description box below. Check out all the links in the description box. Check out my, you know, code, or use my code for Auto Spirit, for Rose Forever, all that good stuff. I do have memberships now as well. If anyone is interested in joining my memberships, that's where you have kind of more control over what you see. You get first rights to whatever videos I post, whatever shorts I post. And of course, only members, only videos that you can have a play or a hand in choosing for the channel. So if you're interested in that, you can go ahead and watch that as well, or click on that or join that as well. But I'm going to leave you reading here. I hope it resonates. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group twos. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today in today's reading. The topic of today's reading is going to be about how will your next partner treat you? So this could be your next future spouse, next boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, right? But this is definitely going to be the person you're going to be in a relationship with. If you want to watch for a future spouse, be my guest. There are no rules here. Okay, but yeah, that's what we're going to get into. And I don't know. Please. Okay, So, there's this clip from the press run for the Lord of the Rings movies where Elijah Wood and the guy who plays one of the, what are they called in the movies? I forget. I'm blanking right now. But anyway, it's like a public, or not public. It was public, yeah, but it was like a famous scene from the interview where he's like, do you or do you not wear wigs or whatever? Like a friend was pranking Elijah during the interview by pretending to be the interviewer, and they had like that whole interaction where he was like something about wigs. Do you or not? Do you or do you not wear wigs? And like Elijah was just like acting up. He was laughing and carrying on because he's like, is this interviewer serious right now? And then he realized it was his friend and not just the interviewer. But anyway, I was hearing that when I feel like I sounded very repetitive in the beginning of the reading, where I was like, welcome to the reading. Thanks for joining me here in the reading. Today's reading is going to be about, and that came to mind. So that could be important. That could be confirmation for someone. Maybe your partner needs to love Lord of the Rings. That's something that you love. Confirmation for you. Confirmation for them. Whatever. Or you would just wear wigs and that was coming through. Ciao. Who knows? But let's get right into the reading. How's your future spouse? I feel the call to say that. I was very much just saying next partner in group 1, but I felt called to say how your future spouse treats you. So maybe most of you are watching for future spouses in group 2. But like I said, this is open to anyone. And when I first wrote down got the idea, it was for your next partner. So however that may come about, okay? So please spirit my group 2s, how will their next partner treat them? I heard they're going to spoil you. I also heard luxury, so they could buy you, like, you know what? I was going to say that when the wigs thing came through. Maybe this person likes your wigs and they like you to have the best of the best, so they buy you better wigs, right? Or maybe there's this awkward moment where they ask you, do you wear wigs? Like, you know what I mean? And that could be how, that is or can be interpreted in how someone treats you. Like, do you wear wigs kind of energy, you know? But I was definitely hearing spoiled and luxury. So that could definitely be something coming through with your person. They're going to spoil you with like gifts and stuff like that. Okay. So let's see what comes through though, if it's confirmed in the reading. Please spirit my group 2s. How will their next partner treat them? How will their next partner treat them? Your next partner could be very quiet. It's kind of coming through because I just realized that the heater, knock on wood, hopefully doesn't turn on. I realized it was very loud in group 1. It was on for the whole reading annoyingly. So, but it's not on right now. But so the first card we have is the 9 of Wands, and that's immediately giving me specifically 9 of Wands in reverse for those of you that are just listening and not watching, because I do both sometimes, you know. Anyway, yes, interesting. Okay, so your person, how they treat you, they're going to be someone who's very observant. That's what I'm getting. They're not going to be very talkative, you know? They're not going to be they're not going to be very talkative, but I just heard it's provocative. So this person can be very provocative. I can't. A lot of messages are coming through, so just give me a second, okay? So yeah, like I was saying, this person spoils you, luxury, stuff like that. This person can be more quiet and more reserved because of the quietness in the office right now. That was the complete opposite in group 1. I'm glad I made it through. I almost did it, you know? So they can be very quiet, you know? And then of course that song was coming through. It's provocative. So they're observant and quiet. They just like to watch you and look and observe you, okay? Oh, that's cute, I guess, in its own way, right? Yeah, that's what's coming through. But the 9 of Wands in reverse, back to the cards, is an energy of like not having to fight so hard or do everything yourself. Is the kind of energy coming through. Like I love that this is coming through in group 1 and group 2, because we need a supportive partner in these trying times. Like, if you're not here to make life easy for me, what are you here for? Like, why would you not want me to not have any stress and be happy? The same way I would go above and beyond to do the same for you. Like, why are you with me if you like don't want that for me kind of energy. So group 1 was coming through as someone you could depend on. Group 2 was coming through as someone who doesn't want you to always be in survival mode. The 9 of Wands is a beautiful energy. It's a great energy. It's someone who doesn't give up. It's someone who perseveres no matter how bad things get. This person doesn't even want it to get to that point of things being bad. They don't want you to always be in that fight or flight mode is kind of what I'm getting here. So how this person treats you is they kind of regulate your system, your nervous system, your workload. Like they're like, okay, you're working too much. I need you to be home and sleeping more. I need you to eat a balanced breakfast. I need you to do all this stuff, okay? Because you're not taking care of yourself. I'm going to step up and do it for you kind of energy, right? But it's definitely giving me you don't always have to be in this fight or flight mode of thinking you have to do everything by yourself, being in survival mode, hyper dependent mode, however you want to call it, right? We're taking all this weight off your shoulders and this energy of thinking you have to do everything. And just relax. This person's gonna teach you how to relax. I'm getting an energy like rubbing your feet. You know what? A couple was actually coming through, and I was like, no, I don't want to talk about them. But that rubbing feet kind of confirmed it for me. There's 2 couples coming through actually. They're both vastly different. So the first couple was me and my best friend was watching Love Is Blind season 9 this weekend because we waited forever to finally catch up, child. And there's this one couple on the show. I think the guy's name is Edmund and the girl's name was like Calibria. I remember how in one of the episodes they were arguing because they were going to an event. If you watch Love Is Blind, it was the event where all the people come and meet each other from the pods. So everyone else in the pods can come to the party and meet everyone else like in person now instead of talking through a wall. And I think Calibria had like texted Edmund before she got home from work saying, I still need to, can you stop by, was it like Ross or Marshalls or TJ Maxx or whatever and get like some cowboy hats and some boots and whatever because I'm not going to be able to make it. And if I do try to make it, I'm going to not be able to eat when I get home and I'm going to be late and da-da-da-da. So she was just asking him like, hey, would you mind taking a little load off of me right now so I can do other things and not be so, harried when I get there so I can get ready and then eat because I didn't have eaten all day kind of energy. And he just like ignored her and didn't do anything. He was like, no, it's going to make me late. And she was telling him, she was reading him to Phil saying, once we're a we, aren't we supposed to be getting married at the end of this? Once we're a we, it's not about only you being late. It's about us being late. So if you didn't want to be late, you should have took some things off my plate. And he just had nothing to say because he know he was wrong, okay? And that's kind of what I'm getting with your person here, where instead of you having to ask and like, bitch, oops, sorry, you having to like nag this person to doing what you want, you can just like, they're going to actively do it. Like, hey, what can you do? There's also a video on social media that I was watching on YouTube. It was a YouTube short where the girl, like the wife, was getting ready for, I guess, to go wherever they were going. And the husband came and asked her, so how much longer do you think you'll be? And she was like, you could tell she was struggling to like not blow up at him. And she was like, well, if you were to come and help me take out these curlers, we could leave out of here earlier. And he's like, okay, yeah, no, fine, no problem. And he like was helping her take out her curlers. He was like having a hard time at it. And he was like, oh, I'm sorry. Because he was like tugging it a little bit because they kind of got stuck in the curlers. And she was like, no, it's fine. It's okay. You could tell she was kind of like relaxing a little bit because she went from being on defense mode and expecting him to like, itch and moan at her for taking forever to get ready, and instead he did the opposite and came and helped her kind of energy, and that's a true partnership. And everyone in the comments was like, oh my gosh, she's so sweet, da, da, da. And I'm like, that's bare minimum, child, bare minimum. But we love to see couples who are healthy, and we love that. But anyway, the next couple, but also back to that Edmund and Calibria couple, he was like rubbing her feet in front of everyone. So that's why I'm like, okay, maybe they're supposed to come through in the reading. That could be confirmation for somebody, who knows. Yeah. Then the other couple I was thinking of, Nick and Alondra from Love Island season 7. Yeah, season 7. Where Nick was like licking and sucking on Alondra's toes, child. Ugh. That's not my thing, but to each their own. If that is your thing and your person's thing, love that for you. But that's what's coming through as well. And they're a completely different couple because Nick went out of his way to always make sure Alondra was taken care of, whether she knew it or not. Like when she was getting eliminated from the show, he was there standing 10 toes down for her like she ain't going nowhere. I don't know who else raggedy behind gotta leave this island. It ain't fun to be her. Okay, even when he was in a couple, he was riding for her. Okay, and then anytime she would be coming down or up from somewhere, he would always be there holding her hand. Like, he would always make sure she was like taken care of. They would laugh. Like, I remember there was one scene where they were going to sit down after they had coupled up, and he was like, he put his whole shirt or jacket down on the ski because it had just rained, to make sure her outfit didn't get messed up. He put his whole jacket and coat down. And then there was another scene where she was cold. He gave her jacket. Like, come on now. That's the kind of energy coming through for you. Your person is doing like small things to show you they care. You know, they care about your overall well-being, not just taking care of you to be able to hit it later tonight. No, they actually care about your well-being. They actually care about your nervous system and how you're feeling. They actually care about making you feel welcome and whole and happy and safe is the word. Okay, so that's coming through, and all from one card. So this reading, I don't want to pull too many cards because it's going to make the reading longer than it needs to be. Okay, so this person is like doing small things to make you feel like appreciated, or not even appreciated, but like chivalry isn't dead with this person. You know, they don't have no problem rubbing the toes, giving yourself your jacket. There's also like another like video that I saw so freaking long ago, probably 10 years or more on social media, where like a guy and a girl were walking up towards like the end of the street, crossing the street, and it was like a big like rain puddle there, and the guy took off his jacket and put it over the puddle to make sure his woman's heels did not get dirty. Like, come on now. Then there's another picture that I'm seeing when Ed Sheeran traded shoes with his now wife, Sherry. Cherry, I think her name is. I don't know why I added ma chérie, ma. Maybe that song was meant to come through, that's why it came out that way. But her name was Cherry. But this person could you know, be French or something, and they call you ma chérie, whatever. But that's like my sweetheart. I think it's what chérie or more means in French. But anyway, that's what I was saying. Yeah, there's a picture that's circling social media where Ed Sheeran like is actively like walking barefoot, and his wife is wearing his shoes because her feet were hurting. And I'm just like, that is the kind of stuff your person's going to be doing for you. You know, that big chivalrous knightly kind of behavior. Okay, so this card fell. We have the Page of Wands. And I love how it seems like whoever's watching her is truly admiring her, because like she's lit up from behind with the sun coming through here. And then we have like, she's looking off to the ether somewhere, and this person like is like looking at her, and that observance was definitely coming through. So it's kind of giving your person how they're going to treat you. They're going to know what you need before you have to ask for it, because they're just so, are always watching you. It's the kind of, you know, way I want to say it. They kind of know what you need before you even have to ask for it, because they were watching you. They know that you were yawning a little bit. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, baby, you're tired. Let's go to bed. And you're like shivering, rubbing your arms, getting goose pimples, goosebumps. They go get you a blanket. Like your stomach is growling. They hear it from across the room. Are you hungry? And they're like actively like, how can I describe it? What's the word? I've said it a million times before. They're pre-something your moods and what you need. Like premeditation, yeah, but that's not the way it's supposed to be said. Anticipating your needs. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, Father God, y'all are so good to me, I tell you. Anyway, they're anticipating your needs. They're watching you, observing you. They're very quiet. They may not say much, but they're watching every little thing you do, okay? You're the kind of guy a girl finds in what you do. Ain't no other man. That song was coming through. There was also another song that was coming through. That was the original song that I was hearing. Sorry. What was I saying, first of all? Ain't no other man, it's true. Ain't no other man but you. True, true, true. I was going to say something in the song was coming through, but that's not important. Ain't no other man, Christina Aguilera. But they anticipate your needs, and they're just always watching you. And like, they may not say much, but they're watching, they're looking, you know? Every little step I take, that's the song that was supposed to come through, but both came through. We'll be together, every little move I make. I know I was hearing a black man singing, okay? But that song was coming through. I think it's for a black group. Is it like Bobby Brown's group in them? Anyway, okay. That's definitely coming through. Your person could definitely, like, you know, burst out into song and serenade you. That's the kind of vibe that's coming through. I'm getting your person could have like a Martin kind of personality. Now, if you don't know who Martin is, I don't know what to tell you now. Martin is a TV personality. He was a character on the show Martin, right? And Martin is like very goofy, and that would make sense with the Page of Wands coming through here. He was very goofy, very loud, very quirky kind of energy. He was like very, you know, like not a little boyish, but just like a character, you know? So that's kind of the opposite of what your person was coming through as, is quiet. Martin was anything but quiet. So maybe some of you are attracting a very Martin kind of character, and others of you are kind of attracting a more quiet person, right? But either way, this person definitely observes you. And here goes the heater. Jesus Christ. Here you have a King of Wands. Interesting. How they'll treat you, yeah, they're going to be very chivalrous. They're going to be very, like, I do believe, I don't know, PDA could be a thing with this person. PDA, making sure you're on the inside of the sidewalk is kind of what I'm getting from the King of Wands as well. What else came through? We have the Queen of Cups. They're going to make sure you feel happy and safe. Happy, safe, soft. So it's definitely giving soft life for sure. The King of Wands would be the person who likes to show off their partner. So if it's not like crazy PDA, it's giving that this person is always talking very highly of you. They're always complimenting you. It's the kind of energy coming through, you know? They're the person who realizes you got a new haircut, you got a new hair color, you know, you change your nail color, you know, that's the kind of energy this person's like coming through as they're observing and seeing all the different changes that you've made. So when you do get a new hair color, or you do change your nail color or something like that, they notice, right? If you change your detergent, they notice. Okay, but the fact that we have like I was gonna say all wands so far. We have the Queen of Cups, but most wands for the whole reading so far is really crazy, because this person could definitely be a more Martin character, but they do get quiet when they're looking at you to kind of, like I said, anticipate your needs. And then here we have Six of Coins. This is confirming the whole giving thing. Yeah. Tell me this girl don't look like Gigi Hadid from the side. I've never realized that. I haven't gotten this card a lot anyway, actually, to even really notice her like that. But anyway, yeah, Six of Coins is the giving card, a very giving person who's like just buying stuff for you, right? But I do believe it's reciprocated. So it's kind of like, because you do this for them and because they do that for you, you guys are always in competition. There's a video that I was watching. I don't know who it's by, where it's from, but I'm remembering what the person in the video said. And the person was like, it shouldn't be a competition. And if it is a competition, it should always be a competition of who can treat the other person the best, right? Who can be the best partner. It should be a competition in that sense, more so than, oh, we're trying to fight each other. No, we're trying to show each other who cares the most. That should be the only competition and the connection. It was something along those lines. I'm pretty sure it wasn't quote for quote, word for word, but it was about that thing where it shouldn't be a competition. You guys should not be trying to one up the other in any other sense other than trying to prove who's the best partner here, you know? So it's definitely giving, with the Six of Coins coming through, you guys are always in competition to see who can do more for the other person, okay? The Page of Wands and the King of Wands coming out is very interesting. This could be your person, just period, point blank, or there could be an energy here of someone being way younger, and this King of Wands being like, not a father figure. That's kind of, I mean, maybe, because now the song is kind of coming through. Father figure by, what's the name of the group? Is it George Michael? George Michael's group, Wham. It's either George Michael by himself or Wham, you know? But that song, Father Figure, is coming through. So that could definitely be a vibe. This person takes on like a more protector role to you, is what I'm kind of getting. Because we have this big, like, I don't know, like very attractive, not everyone can touch them kind of person. And here we have you, and it's kind of like they're always looking. You know, if you were to put the cards like this instead, it's very much giving this person just like lost in their head looking at you, and you're not even noticing they're looking at you kind of thing, you know? How they treat you. This person could also be very controlling as well. The King of Wands does give you that kind of vibe. But not even just the King of Wands, Kronos, whatever the hell his name is, or whatever the heck his name is, Lord. He's very much that kind of person. He was very controlling. He wanted like complete control over them kids, over that wife, all that. But it could be balanced out quite well because we also have the Queen of Cups coming through here. Now there are a few cards here. Can I get a clarifier? I think each card got a clarifier. So here we have the Nine of Cups, which I'm guessing is coming out to clarify the Nine of Wands in reverse. So it's like this person wants you to stop having to fight for everything and like what they want to give you the world is what I'm hearing, okay? Because you are everything they've ever wanted. So it's kind of like they want to not prove, right? They want to continuously earn your love every day, you know? So like, yeah, choose you every day. They want to wake up every day and choose you and show you that you're being chosen every day, day in and day out, okay? So the Nine of Wands is like, instead of you always feeling like you have to do everything yourself, this person does everything for you is the kind of vibe coming through. And don't we love to see it and hear it? But yeah, this Queen of Wands, like I was saying, is like giving soft life. And then the Six of Coins came out. So this person's trying to make sure you do as little as possible. This person will definitely be the kind of person who condones, I guess, you being like a stay-at-home mother or something like that, where they're providing all the money and you're just like, you know, sitting cute and taking care of the kids, right? And they'll even, there's this one girl, child, I was on, was it TikTok or something? It was either TikTok or YouTube, child. There was this lady who had the nicest, he had the biggest house. She had 2 beautiful kids. She was a Black woman. Her kids were like Black. Her husband was Black. And she was like, even though she is a stay-at-home mom, her husband still has a nanny come in, or they have a nanny come in to help her throughout the day because she can't do everything herself. And even as a mother who's a stay-at-home mom, more than anything, they need some time to themselves. So in the morning time, after the kids wake up, she has the nanny come in and she has the nanny help with breakfast and, you know, getting the kids up, getting them ready for the day. And then like after breakfast, she comes and does the kids' hair and then gets them dressed, you know what I mean? But she wants the nanny to keep them occupied while she's getting ready for the day. So she has time without kids nipping at her feet saying, Mom, what are you doing? Da, 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 da. So I'm like, you stay-at-home mom in this big, beautiful house with a beautiful husband and beautiful kids, and you have a nanny come in to help you, and then she does all these things throughout the day. And it's just like, it's a beautiful life. It's definitely what it's giving. It's like they will be willing to give anything and do anything to help you live more comfortably, right? Whether you're getting someone who has all the funds in the world to provide you that lifestyle, or they don't have many means, you know, but whatever it is, they're going to make sure your life is as easy as possible. If a man wants to do it, he definitely would. There was a video that I was watching. I swear, y'all, yeah, there's always one group that gets pure video examples, okay? So there's this girl who was like, her dad told her to never give men money or help him out or give him a place to stay, because men have 24 uninterrupted hours to do whatever they want, to get money, to go to the gym. So you should never be with the man. The man has no excuse to be husky. Like, what did she say? There's a specific way she phrased like them being bigger or whatever, and I had to be laughing. But anyway, it was a good day to start my day. It was a good way to start my day, I tell you. But she said, yeah, my father says men have no like excuse. They don't have kids to take care of. They don't have a period that debilitates them every month. They don't have to deal with anything, cramps, no nothing, no anything, the way women have to deal with certain things that kind of take away from their day. So they have 24 uninterrupted hours to go out there, get a job, make money, go to the gym, eat healthy. So no man should be coming to you and you're paying their rent. No man should be coming to you asking you for money. You should not be supporting no man. A man should be supporting you, okay? Because if there are women out there who have kids, who go to school, take care of those kids at the same time, go to work. Like, if there are women who like already have a limited amount of time because of all the other things they have to deal with in life, and they can still be successful, nary a man out there having an excuse. And she's like, that has to be my favorite thing. And so whenever I find myself acting any kind of way or just waking up every day, I just think what my dad said, and I just have to laugh. And I'm like, same girl, me too. I need dad just like that, okay? Because please, you have no uninterrupted hours. You have nothing you have to deal with. You have nothing. Women have to deal with the constant cycle. Your period is not the only thing we deal with. Deal with other stuff. There are other cycles, okay? And men just get to wake up every day, not have to deal with anything, don't have to deal with childbirth, don't have to deal with nothing. And you want to be out here broke and homeless and husky? And yo, she had me dying. I'm like, yes, period, girl, period. So it's giving, if a man really wanted to, he would go out there and work and provide the life that you can get. If the man don't want to do or he don't have it, there's no reason you should be with him, because he had all the time in the world, is essentially what the daddy was saying to the daughter. Like, he had all the time in the world, okay? Boom. Now, here we have the Three of Wands clarifying the Page of Wands. I love when the cards come out like this. Oh, so pretty. Okay. So Page of Wands, like I said, is someone who's like very carefree, someone who could be very curious, someone who can explore things, someone who isn't tied down. It's the Page of Wands energy. You're like in a constant state of wonder because you're out there exploring the world. You're exploring everything around you. You're exploring your surroundings kind of energy. And this person loves to see you in that energy. So they're going to make sure they can do everything in their power, physically, fiscally, monetarily, mentally, to make sure you are always in this Page of Wands energy, okay? Where you're always in this constant state of wonder. Maybe you're someone who wants to travel a lot, and this person's making sure you could do that, right? This person doesn't want you to have anything holding you back. How they're going to treat you is they're going to clear the way, pave the way for you to be able to travel whenever you want to travel, stay at home, constantly have different hobbies. The Page of Wands gives me someone who has mad hobbies, right? They have, like, what are the hobbies? Like, they have Pilates, right? And they have tennis, and they have hot yoga, and they have regular yoga. Then they have, what is it called? Soul Cycle, right? Then they have art class. Then they have music class. And it's like you can fulfill your heart's desires. You have the passion, and then you have the energy and the time to do it, is what these two cards together here are giving me, and how this person's going to treat you. You're going to have ample opportunity, okay, to do whatever you want to, get up every day and fulfill your dreams, is the energy coming through here, okay? So here we have the Hangman in reverse. Yeah. So the King of Wands is definitely giving, they're going to be the leader to the household. There's nothing you're going to have to worry about. I feel like this person now is giving me more traditional. Group 1 was giving me some mess. Like to each their own. But this person here is giving me the provider and the protector. They want to make sure you come home and have nothing to worry about, right? Maybe besides the kids, if that's what you want to worry about. Like, not saying you're not going to have anything and things are going to be peachy and hunky-dory. They are going to actively work as hard as they can to make sure you have as little to worry about as possible. Because in this world, something will come up. No matter how rich you are, there are things to worry about and things to get done. But it's given they're going to try their darndest to make sure you have nothing, nary a thing to worry about, okay? It's a vibe that's come to you. Have a nice quiet life, a quiet home. You have your quiet time. I'm pretty sure you're going to make sure they have their quiet time as well. But it's just like this person wants to dote on you. Oh, this is so cute. I love this for you guys, honestly. Okay? But yeah, this person wants you to have some kind of freedom. They're going to be the head of the household, leading you, with the King of Wands clarified by the Hangman. There's no holdups. There's no hangups. There's no, I don't know what I want, what I'm going to do kind of energy. This person has a plan, okay? A master plan is what I'm hearing. You don't ever have to worry about making decisions. They're doing it. If you want to make decisions, be their guest. But if you want to live a life with just a yes girl, you want to be passenger princess, you want to be in the clouds, you want to be in the air, in the wind, this person's going to sit there and make sure you have that, okay? Then we have the Chariot card to clarify the Queen of Cups. The Chariot card is sexy. Apollo, this is the god of the arts. This is the god of, is it travel? I'm not 100% sure. But Apollo being the Chariot card is very fitting. This person could be an artsy-fartsy person. And you're a very artsy-fartsy person as well. So the two of you guys come together and travel the world, make art together. It's like giving like two lovers traveling, effing, and just like in the wind with each other. You see them on social media, like, where are they next? Where do they go now? Kind of energy. But you're walking around the world painting things and selling your paintings. And this is the kind of energy I'm getting from this person. So this person may allow for you to have that kind of lifestyle. That's what you want. You want to be the artsy-fartsy wife at home painting her stuff with her own little, like, beautiful room to paint her drawing room, right? To paint her stuff and draw her things and write her books while he's taking care of the kids. And then when it's time, your turn to clock in with the kids, he's in his room playing his video games, doing this. It's like very much giving me that kind of energy, you know? Very beautiful, if you ask me. Not that you did, but hey, if you stayed this long, then you said what you said. You made your decision. Like, why are my hands like that? It's like my hands are so soft. There's no grip when it comes to these dang cards. So it's giving soft life, okay? And what was that? Didn't I mention wigs in the beginning of the reading? It could have been hard wig, soft life, and now it's trying to come through. It could be given that, okay? Boy, let's put all these over so you can see all of them. Now, Six of Coins is pretty straightforward. Let's take this card here. We have the Moon. I didn't feel like shuffling. Whatever card was there, I was taking it. So here we have the Moon. This is Celine. The Moon always gives soft energy. It gives me like soft, feminine, delicate, secretive, quiet. So maybe there's going to be a dynamic here of one of the people being quiet and one of them being loud and, you know, more of a character. You know, I'm not getting like too loud people, too quiet people. It could be, but I feel like this is going to be like more of like an opposites attract kind of energy, because I keep getting energy of like quiet and soft. That could be you. And then I'm getting energy of this person just observing you. They can just be observant in general and still be a loud personality kind of person. But the King of Wands, first of all, I should say, is, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of sense. If this person is coming through as like the masculine, the connection, then they're going to be the more boasty, more loud, more unruly, more hyper, more vigilant, more burly, more masculine vibes. And you're going to be more soft, more sweet, more quiet. This person kind of gets you out of your shell is what I'm getting as well. You know what I mean? And maybe they kind of get you out of your shell, period. Because you're coming through as someone who like the Nine of Wands. Like you may not have had any time to be soft or be friendly because you're always working so hard. And being in this person's presence or in this relationship with them is going to allow you to be more soft and to open up a little bit more, you know? So you could be called a group 2 in some kind of way, right? Yeah, that's kind of what's coming through here for you guys. Let's get some of these oracle cards here to see what else is coming through for you guys. Whew. What else is coming through, please, Spirit? But yeah, they want to make your every wish come true with the Nine of Cups. And then here we have backwards is forwards. Very interesting. And jokes on you. This person can be a little bit of a joke. So that's what I was getting. I was getting a bit of a Martin character. And I do believe Martin would be a good, in some deck, he would be a good King of Wands, right? He was very goofy, very funny, but also like he was like my say, whatever I say goes is the vibe coming through. Here we have Up in Smoke. How will they treat, like making all your problems and your worries, you know, disappear in smoke with the Up in Smoke. Jokes on you. Like I said, this person's going to get you with a more carefree energy. So it could be laughing, joking, like teasing is what I'm getting as well. Because Martin used to tease Gina, child. I'm telling you. Okay, and he used to tease her friend too. Okay. So this person is very playful, very jokey. You know, it's like giving, what do they call it? Roasting. This person is going to be the kind of person who roasts you. The King of Wands, I wouldn't put it past this person if they're coming through as King of Wands. This backwards is forwards, though. I don't understand what this would have to do with how they treat you. I don't understand what this would have to do with how they treat you, honestly. Just being honest. Because it's like, backwards is forwards. Whatever do you mean? I'm hearing a song by Olivia Rodrigo. 1 step forwards and 3 steps back. I'm the love of your life until I make you mad. That could be something. This person could be a little immature at times. Like I said, no relationship is perfect and everything's not going to be great. There's always going to be small things, small challenges. But backwards is forwards. Like how they treat you is very interesting to come out. It's like they could say one thing and mean something else, or mean something and say something else kind of energy. But basically the story behind this backwards is forwards card is this god here likes to run people around in riddles. You know, this person can be a little bit of a trickster. Jokes on you. Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, this god or this fairy here is someone who purposely like you see how his feet are like facing forward, but he's facing back. So it's kind of like when he's running in this direction, his footprints leading you in that direction. So it's kind of like, I don't know how that would pertain to how this person treats you, but I don't know if it's like they're saying one thing or doing another thing, or like confusing you, or like I said, surprise. It's kind of what I'm getting, where they're like pulling the wool over your eyes because you think they're doing one thing, but they're doing something else, right? That could be something coming through. Then jokes on you and up in smoke. That could be, if you were to put all these cards together, it may not be the best message. It could be a little negative. With the up in smoke, it's kind of like the jinn chooses if they want to be good or bad. So it's like there's like a gray area, not gray area, but like a gray moral character. Could definitely be something coming through where you're kind of like, oh, they're good to me, shoot. And that's all that matters. If they have like a sketchy job, that don't got nothing to do with me. Could be a vibe coming through here for you guys. But his whole thing is meant to trick people, hunters in the forest, from unaliving the animals in the forest. So he makes them think that the animals are going this way, but instead they actually went that way to protect the animals. So you know what this could definitely mean? This person could like do certain things to confuse you so you don't look too deep into certain things. And that sounds negative in my opinion, but it's coming through positive the way I would like to explain it. So it's like, in order to reprogram your mind and how you, I guess, react to certain things, they have to do things different. So you don't understand what they're doing when they're doing it, right? So it's kind of like, how can I describe it? You're making, I'm being a good example, perfect example. So there's a movie that I was watching. I think it was called what is it called? The Heretic. Yes. The Heretic, where the guy like had like a candle burning. This is a bad example, guys. It's very it's very evil, very nefarious, but just bear with me. I'm trying to make it I'm trying to make you understand, okay? So there's these two girls who are like, mission whatever kids, past mission group kids from the church, who go around door to door, knocking on doors, asking people, do you want to give your life to Jesus? Essentially, okay? And they end up going to this guy's house where he has a candle inside burning that smells like some kind of pie, blueberry pie or whatever, rhubarb, I don't freaking know. And when he opens the door, the girls are asking him like, oh, do you want to talk about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? And he was like, no, I'm good. I don't really want to talk about it. But he's like being friendly, And he's like, oh, like you can, my wife is home, because the kids weren't allowed, or the girls, I should say, weren't allowed to go into anyone's house unless a woman was present. So he lied to them and said, oh, yeah, my wife is in here just at the shower getting dressed. You can come in and I'll get her for you. They come in, he closed the door, boom. And he's like, oh, I'm going to go check on the pie. You guys wait and sit down. The girls sit down and realize that the can of the man burning is the pie he said he was baking. So now the girl is scared. And she's like, what do you mean? He said he was making a pie. Now he's not making no damn pie. He ain't making no pie. They try to run back to the door to like get out, but they can't. It's a whole freaking thing, right? But anyway, like I said, he wanted them to think he was baking a pie, but he really wasn't, because his real intentions were to keep them trapped somewhere and put them in this creepy maze, so whatever, okay? But that's kind of what I'm getting. This person could do certain things and say they're doing one thing, but then they're really doing something else to keep a wool over your eyes in a good way or a negative way. I don't freaking know. But that's coming through, okay? And then at the bottom of the deck, we have bad company. So this person could have bad company. Maybe this person says, oh, I'm not going out with my friends, and they end up going out with their friends, right? Who knows? But that's what backwards is forwards is kind of giving me, honestly. Let's get one more card from this deck, actually. Ooh, that was fast. Here we have divine feminine. Interesting. Yeah, this person's going to put you in your divine feminine energy. But it's like rewiring your thought processes and your reactions. So this person, how they're going to treat you is like rewire those things you think is negative. So instead of you thinking that you breaking something or you saying something like this or saying something like that is a negative thing, they're like rewiring your mind to think of certain things as good and not bad, negative, not bad. Is kind of what I'm getting, to put you in this divine feminine energy, like trusting them and being open with them. Now, we're going to get into the dice to see if we have any confirmations for what came through in the reading, how their person treat them, please, Spirit. Third house energy. This is the house of communication. This is the house of social media. This is the house of internet, worldwide internet, that kind of thing, websites, right? This person could definitely you could meet them on social media, or they could like post you on their social media. And that's like an appreciation of sorts, you know, where a guy is always posting his girlfriend or his wife or his boyfriend, like, oh my gosh, I just love my life kind of energy. I just got a flash of Duff Cameron and Damiano David. So that could be like a couple you could watch out for, but they're very much obsessed with each other. And anytime they post each other, they're very like actively posting each other on social media, right? And they just got engaged the other day, you know, so cute. So third house energy is like, you know, talking, asking questions, joking as well, because that's Gemini energy. Here we have Pisces? No, Gemini. I'm like, that's Gemini energy. Then I pick up the dice and I'm like, Pisces? No, it's Gemini. Okay, so this person does have a bit of goof to them. You know what I mean? Maybe this person tells like bad jokes or dark jokes. When you think that they're being serious, they're not. And when you think they're being funny, they're being serious. Kind of like that kind of energy is coming through as well. Here we have the North Node, so this could definitely feel destined. This person could be very vocal about how they think you are their soulmate, twin flame kind of energy. They were meant to meet you. Then here we have the 9th house, which is that traveling energy, that light as a bird, that traveling bug you guys could both have. Then we have the Sun, divine masculine energy, the Emperor coming through. Or Helios as well. Very positive, honestly. Was that the only? Oh my god, no, there's one more. And then we have Aquarius coming through once again. So this is a character right here. This person is quite the character. Your relationship is going to be quite interesting. I'm definitely getting that vibe. I don't know interesting in what way, but it's going to be very interesting, okay? With the Aquarius card coming through, it's going to be very like unpredictable. You never know what they're going to say next, what they're going to do next, that kind of energy. You're getting like, yeah, you're getting like, why did I want to say a baby kid in an adult form? You know what I mean? This is funny because I was like seeing like a little brother like making fun of his sister and not really letting up on her, and that could be what this was coming through for you guys. You're always doing pranks on each other, and I am kind of getting like a little smidgen of like Christy, is it Sarah or something like that, and Desmond. They're now in the process of getting a divorce, but one thing she would love to do is get on that man's nerves with all her crazy outfits and little tricks and things like that. Okay. But yeah, the sun, it's like just basking in the sun. Could definitely be a thing. Tropical vacations, all that kind of stuff. How we have this lady just sitting by the riverbank and like playing music. That could be something as well. This person supports your music career. Like waiting for things to pop off while they kind of make all the money could definitely be a thing. Anything else coming through? The sun is just like being happy around you and making you very happy. That's how they're going to treat you. Being happy and making you happy. Because the only way to kind of like, how can I even say it? Like, the only way to like attract happiness is to be happiness. So this person wants you to be happy. They have to be happy, you know? Okay. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I think I spoke enough, honestly, for you guys. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. Maybe you sometimes feel so comfortable in their presence that you kind of fall asleep. So I feel like I got really quiet and I was ready to like, it was going to be nap time for me. Okay. But yeah, if you ever want to book a personal reading, you could always do so using my email in the description box below. If you want to join my memberships, because I have memberships now, the links are all the way at the bottom, towards the bottom of the description box, right above the timestamps. They're always there for anyone who wants to join. I'm also pretty sure you could just join from like whatever screen you're on, except maybe a phone, right? But yeah, I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group threes. Welcome to your reading. Thank you for joining me here today. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is going to be about what or how will your next partner treat you. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what it said, right? Let me look. Just a double take. Just a double check. Yeah, how your next partner treats you. And you could watch just for a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a future spouse, whatever you want the reading to be about. You can watch for that subject. Okay, I'm not a tyrant here. I can't tell you who to watch the video for, okay? But let's get right into the reading. I'm not low energy, but I didn't sleep well last night. I got like 5 hours of sleep, and that's not enough for me to function as a full person. So I'm going to try my best to do your reading well, okay? Group 2 had me like a little drowsy towards the end. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards. Please, Spirit, tap me to the energy of my group 3s and how their next partner, future spouse, however, will be treating them. Please, Spirit, my group 3s. Ooh, I hit the camera. How rude. Why am I hearing "Kidding You" from the back? Please. Yo, no, that's making me think of that song. Hit it from the back just so you don't get attached. What is it? I like the way you kiss. I like the way you kiss me. I could tell you miss me. I could tell that this. I'm not trying to be romantic. I hit it from the back just so you don't get attached. Boy, what is a ghetto thing to come through for how your partner will treat you? Don't piss me off. This person better get it together. That could be this person likes to hit it from the back just in general. Because this is supposed to be your next partner, as in relationship. So what do you mean you hit it from the back? They don't get attached. Don't piss me off. Okay. Oh my, and we have some very interesting cards. Okay. And this is the only card that flew over besides this. We have 6 of Wands. Okay, that's good. It's not that bad. 10 of Swords isn't the greatest. We have the Devil. Oh my gosh. The Devil would come through for this reading where that song is coming through. Like, what do you mean? You're trying to be romantic. You're not trying to be romantic, he said. Like, okay, sir, whatever. Okay. This next partner you're going to be with, this future spouse, whatever, they could be into some naughty things, some dark things, some debilitating things, some things just in general that may be like borderline crazy, borderline dark, that kind of energy, because Hades is the devil here we have. But there's like some softness to this person. I love to point out that Hades is indeed, or in fact, holding the cutest little pop-ups in this card. So you can't be all bad, right? If you're good to animals, you can't be that bad. And he's also kind of crying tears, okay? The thing about this here is you can't see their eyes. So that could be something. This person, like, they could make you feel some kind of way because they're very bad with eye contact. And that's why this person could, like, prefer to hit it from the back. This person could deal with, like, neurodivergence in some kind of way. They could be on the spectrum some kind of way. Because I know that some people who are, like, you know, neurodivergent have a hard time making eye contact with people. So one way they're going to treat you is they may have a hard time keeping eye contact and holding eye contact. And that's something that can be worked on, honestly. So it's not the end of the world, but it's kind of like, okay, Hades, the way we can't see your eyes, you're hiding from something. This person could be good at hiding stuff. Or have a hard time maybe speaking their mind or something. Because I have, like, my throat is ticklish. Like, my throat connected to my ear. And now they're, like, kind of both tickling in the middle there somewhere. Oh, boy. Wow, that was interesting. This person could be all ears. They're very talkative whenever it comes to being around you. Because now my other ear is kind of itching too. So, like, whenever you're around, they want to, like, clear out their ears to make sure they kind of hear everything that you have to say. So this person's like a very active listener. And for the first time, I think, I mean, all the groups, people have been attentive. I think more so out of all the 2 groups, or 3, I guess we could say, because you're group number 3, your person is the best listener. You know, that's coming through. Then we have the 10 of Swords coming through here. So this person could have been through, like, a lot of pain. And how they're going to treat you, maybe at first, is how they treat everyone else. But it might be the more they get to know you, the more they kind of open up. This person's giving me someone with like walls up, you know? And I'm pretty sure you would know this if you're in a partnership with them, right? Because by the time you're, I guess, if you're watching this reading, it's like a little bit of like a foreshadowing kind of energy where it's like you meet someone, they're closed off, eye contact, not the best. And that's something that they could actively work on with you and for you to show you, hey, I'm here for the long haul and I care, you know? So if eye contact is important to you, then I'll try my best, right? Whew, okay. Blindfold could also be a thing as well. How they'll treat you, they're going to tie you up, whip you, and put collars on you is kind of what I'm getting as well. I would hope if you chose this pile, you would be into that kind of stuff. Because please, I don't need nobody in the comments crying, saying something like, this reading did this or this reading did that. I'm like, okay, we're all grown here. If you know you have certain triggers, do not be watching a reading that could sound triggering. You know? Okay. This person could definitely be like that firm hand with you, like, hey, I saw you do this, I saw you do that. Maybe it's time for you to do it this way, or stop doing that, or stop doing this. Just a little smidge of that is coming through. It's like a disciplinarian could be a vibe coming through, or just a plain old control freak, okay? Here we have the Three of Coins, the more rye. You have a theme of black coming through. Jeez Louise. Look at all these black and red coming through. Just like very much giving like barren. It's giving like very Martian. That kind of energy. It's like empty. I'm hearing I choose you. So that could be something coming through as well. I don't know why I went so quiet for a second. More so than group two's person. You or your person could be very quiet. Okay. And then here we have the Knight of Swords, Aries. Very valiant. It's giving like this person will run and like slay your demons or dragons for you. If you needed the help, it definitely would. Aries does give you that vibe. But even if the card wasn't like ruled by Aries or whatever in this deck, I do feel like the Knight of Swords is someone who's like actively trying to chase down all their dreams, trying to chase down all of yours. Like both of you are into like, I don't know why I'm getting like writing. You guys write stuff and like have the other person read it. Is the kind of energy coming through here for you guys. You guys could have a more dark aesthetic. Red could be very important because so far. Yeah, this person can be a bit nitpicky. Because when I go quiet, I'm seeing a bunch of different scenes in my head from like movies, social media, skits that I've watched over like the past week or so, and it's kind of giving me an energy of stubborn, hard-headed, only seeing things from their point of view, okay? But anyway, let's get into the reading. Not that we haven't already. We have the Four of Cups sticks. Oh, it's not right. But it's okay. I'm gonna make it anyway. Can you clarify the Ten of Swords, please, Spirit? Why is the Ten of Swords here? Thank you. We have the King of Cups. Maybe this person helps you. Or maybe I'm hearing you came in expecting someone else and you kind of met them. Very interesting reading so far. And the cards just flipping on out. So I guess you would be here. We have the Three of Coins, then we have Judgment, Athena. And then we have the Three of Wands, 𝐓𝐴. I just got a visual of someone getting mail, and I just heard you got mail. So I don't know if this person is gonna like mail you letters or love letters or leave you kind of like letters around the house. That's how they treat you, how they show you they care. That would be actually really cute. Like there's also commercials that I see where the mom is like packing lunch and she leaves cute little notes around the bag for her like daughter to find. I'm like, what? That is so cute. This person could be like very thoughtful in that way, very mindful. This person could know you've gone through like a lot of heartbreak. So they're making it their, I guess, mission to be as stable and grounded and responsible as they can be. It's kind of like an energy of I'm getting my hands all calloused and rough. So your hands could just know what it's like to have like a beautiful pedicure and not know what it's like to face any kind of like jail time, you know? Face any kind of jail time is kind of crazy. Maybe you have been trapped for a long time and you need an energy like this to get you out of that like slumber. And I keep getting really quiet for whatever reason, so don't mind me. I know I don't have to be speaking for every second of the reading, but I do find it weird or different when I don't speak like every second. Okay, let's keep going. Can I get a clarifier for the Knight of Swords, please, Spirit? So maybe your person doesn't have much to say. I think their actions speak louder than their words, I would like to say. This is like giving me stones like silent and brooding. So this is just like they're watching you from the corner of their eye, never looking straight on, that kind of thing. Can I get a clarifier for this 7? That's the Knight of Swords, okay. Here we have Zeus. This person is very controlling, very commanding. I'm going to leave it at that. With the King of Coins and Temperance. Okay. I'm getting more so than the other groups. You guys could be my group who like wears makeup. That's something that's coming through. Or you have like a very doll-like beauty is what I'm getting as well. So here we have the 6 of Swords and then we have the 7 of Cups or 7 of Pentacles, sorry. So far we have the Devil clarified by the 4 of Cups. So how they treat you, interesting. I don't like this energy. I can't even lie. I'm not going to lie. Like there's nothing overly negative about it, but the King, sorry, not the King, relax. The Devil card clarified by the 4 of Cups. We know the 4 of Cups, or I know the 4 of Cups represents not being emotionally invested in someone. You know what I mean? So you like, it's giving energy of, how can I best describe it? To fit the context of the reading. How they treat you. They come over to your house and like just want a booty call late at night and just expect you to like fold kind of energy is what I'm getting. They show they're not really giving any care or anything to your emotional well-being. It's just like, hi, they text you for a few seconds and then they disappear. That could be why I'm like, this reading, please, this is like a throwback. Because this person could like launch you with an energy of remembering, hey, I couldn't, you know? Anywho, let's move on. But the 9 of Cups is like famously known as the apathetic card, not really caring, not being really hooked on someone, that kind of energy. Then we have the 10 of Swords, which is another kind of negative energy with negative connotation, where it's like you have to go home and like, you know what this is giving me? I'm trying to get the movie. This could be like a little bit codependent, especially with the Devil card coming through. This connection could be very codependent, and how they treat you can be very codependent. So how can I describe it? It just came and went. Oh my. I'm hearing a cry for help, but I'm seeing tattoos in my mind, you know? So this could be like a bad boy or a bad girl. You're a bad boy, you're a bad girl kind of energy. You know what? Okay. So I needed to get up and wake up, okay? Because I was like, this reading had me like, huh? What's going on here? So the Devil being the first card here, this person could have toxic tendencies. Like I said, very controlling. Or there's certain things they do that's like a trauma response. So not responding, going ghost, getting very quiet in their head. that kind of energy, especially when it's clarified by the Four of Cups, because it's kind of like a very like self-serving, if that makes any sense. They do things or they have tendencies that are self-serving, and that can kind of tie into or spill over into how they treat someone in a connection, right? That could be a little unhealthy. It doesn't have to be completely, oh my gosh, this person's evil, but it's kind of like they don't know how to process their emotions fully. Could be a thing with your next partner, and that could be something you guys can work on together instead of you condemning them for it, saying, ew, it's not my person. Like, you know, this is a reading about your next partner, so you do end up in a connection with them. If that doesn't resonate for you, then leave the reading right now, right? But if this is someone who you're going to be in a relationship with, and then we have the Devil card coming through here. We already talked about this person can be into some dark stuff, kinky stuff, whatever. But the fact that we have so many cards with like dark, like golden, black, and red energies, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a feeling. It's like, a little dark, a little mysterious, hard to get close to. Like, they can have like these walls that try to keep people out with the Four of Cups, right? And that you could see this person being a little bit more quiet in their head, reserved, not talking much, you know, and immediately your mind is like going a negative place when it's kind of like they're just more quiet people. They're more introspective. They think about a lot of things, and they can just be quiet thinking about what they want for dinner. And you think and take the quietness as, oh my gosh, they don't like me anymore kind of energy. This person just needs time to process their emotions. And that is something that you come to understand, right? So how this person treats you, they could give you your own alone time if you need alone time, or they have a hard time like saying how they feel. So they kind of get a little bit quiet, and that's how they treat you. You think it's a negative thing, but it's more so of like not even a self-regulating thing, but it's kind of like that's their default mode, to get quiet when things get really awkward or there's tension. And that is something you guys have to work through. Like, tell me what's wrong, do not go quiet. That's something that they have to work on. It has nothing to do with you, so don't take it that way, okay? But yeah, in a reading coming through about how they treat you, there could be an energy here of you thinking that they're this big scary person, they're hard to read, and they don't want to let me in, and they hate me. And it's kind of like, no. It's just this person has a different way of processing their emotions. Different doesn't always mean good or bad. It just means that's how they process things. That's how they deal with things. That's how they view things. And it's up to you. Sorry, something just came through. Please. It's up to you to say, hey, that makes me feel uncomfortable. Can you like change that or fix that, right? And that could be something they're trying to fix right now. The Devil is never usually anything good. It's like very, of course, sexual, very adult, very hard to overcome, hard to release yourself from. So this person could be like very controlling over you. Could be something coming through as well. They're very controlling over how you feel, what they want you to do, that kind of energy. Okay. And then that being clarified by the Four of Cups. I know I'm spending too much time on this one portion, but I feel like it's important because it came out first, right? We have the Four of Cups, which is like a very much emotionally turned off, and just you may feel like sometimes this person's like pushing you away or cutting you out, but it's not. They're just like more quiet or more introspective, and that's something you can like bring to their attention. Say, hey, I don't like when you go quiet. Can you know what I mean, speak more? Or, you know, it's kind of giving me a scene from sorry, I needed a deep breath there. You know, that could be something you have to do when dealing with this person, child, because you could get frustrated real quick. There's a couple that was on Love is Blind season 9. Bars, you stop. I forget what the guy's job was, right? But he would come home from work when they were in the stage of like living together, seeing if they could merge their lives. And she is someone who's more financially independent and free, doesn't have to work quite often. She has a lot of hobbies, a lot of friends, does a lot of traveling. And basically the only thing that was missing in her life was a partner. And she went on the show, found her man, cool. But when they were in the apartment with each other, when he would come home from work, he would get very quiet and really not talk much. And then sometimes he was someone who was very like loud and carefree and immature and funny and the, you know, the life of the party kind of energy. And I think when they went back into the real world and he was dealing with work again, he was also a single dad. Like, you know, the mom was in the picture. They were taking care of each other. They were taking care of the child together, you know, co-parenting, but he's a single father when the child is with him. And she would just be harping at him saying, you don't talk enough. I feel alone with the connection. He's kind of like, well, sometimes I'm going to be more outgoing. Other times I'm going to be quiet. I don't want to talk all the time. And she's like, well, I need somebody to talk to me. Da, da, da. And she kind of wasn't seeing things from his perspective. He didn't want to talk about work. It's probably on camera more so than anything else, I feel like is what he was meant to say. But she was taking it as, I don't want to talk to you at all. And he's like, I love you. I'm here for you. We're getting married. But sometimes after work, I'm so tired. I have no energy to talk to you. And she's like, well, I've been sitting here all day waiting for you to come home. And he's like, I understand that. But I told you this when we were in the pods that I'm going to need time to like sometimes just not speak at all or always be, you know, upbeat and bright and bushy-eyed and bushy-tailed after I just had like a 9-hour work day. You didn't do anything today. You didn't work at all. So you have all the energy in the world. Take into consideration that I'm tired and I may not have a lot of energy to give you right now. And that's something they were arguing about, whatever. But that's kind of what I'm getting here, where the way he was going about it wasn't healthy. The way she was going about it wasn't healthy. But at the end of the day, they were both right in their own ways. And this person kind of gets set in their ways of, hey, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I don't want to talk right now. And it's kind of like, okay, can you tell me why? Can you explain it more? Because it just seems like you're shutting me out. I don't like that, right? So a little bit more negative or gray area coming through for how this person will treat you. Now let's move on because there's some other good cards here. We have Ten of Swords. Shutting down is kind of what's coming through here. It may seem like they're shutting you out, you know, backstabbing you, betraying you, because you may have like voiced something you didn't like that they did and they're still doing it. That's what this person's kind of coming through as. But then here we have the King of Coins, where they're gonna work to fix it. This is a problem-solving energy. The King of Coins is the most mature you can get, the most evolved you can get in the suit cards. He's grown. Okay? So this could be coming through as someone who is like so self-sufficient that they really don't need to be there. Like they don't need they don't need to talk all the time. They don't have to be like super outgoing because they're happy on their own. On the other hand, you could be someone who needs a lot of stimulation and a connection, and this person's like, okay, I understand you don't like where I'm coming from. I don't talk a lot. I'm going to try at the very least. So how this person would treat you, they may not be everything you want in a person, but they're going to try. With the King of Pentacles coming through here, okay? They're going to try very hard. And there's not much, if anything, that the King of Coins tries that he kind of fails at. So I think in the beginning, it may be like a point of contention, which is why it's coming through in the beginning of the reading. It may be a point of contention. You don't talk a lot. You're very controlling. You're very set in your ways. You don't give me a chance to talk or put in my opinion. And this person could be very much older than you. They have a very important, stressful job. And that kind of aids or adds to why they act the way they do. There's a bunch of different things that could be true. But I feel like for this person, they're going to try for you. That is how they're going to treat you. And that is what you should focus on, in case all other stuff doesn't sound good. Okay? The next set of cards is we have the Six of Wands. This is them succeeding in everything that they do. So it's like them putting you on a pedestal kind of energy. This person wants to be with you real bad. Okay? So if you get in this connection and forget this reading, come back and watch and remember this person wants to be with you real bad. And whatever they put their mind to, they overcome. So there might be a little bit of a rough patch, but you will overcome it. Because one thing about this person, they're steadfast, they're patient, they're always working on themselves, and they're like diligent, you know, fixing things. You know, I'm getting like the mind of like an engineer or science person or medical practitioner kind of person, a therapist kind of person. If you spend all day speaking to people, you're not really going to want to come home and speak to. You know, of course you love your partner and that kind of energy, but that's something that they're going to have to compromise on, because I don't care how many people you talked to today, how many patients you healed, how much blood you saw, how much gore and whatever you saw. When you come home, you better be excited to see me. You better talk to me. You better have some kind of conversation with me. Okay? I can be understand to a certain extent is what's coming through. Okay? This person can be a lawyer, a judge, or they spend all day literally in court speaking to people. They spend all day on the couch talking down people from the brink. They spend all day in the field, watch people get, you know, shot at or whatever, or getting shot at themselves. They come home, they're kind of like, oh, I'm just so tired. I can't even speak. I don't have anything to say. And you're upset kind of energy, you know? But they're providing, you know, they're there. They're just quiet, you know? Is kind of what I'm getting here, okay? So we have the Three of Wands. So I do believe this person they're exciting when they're ready. So there are going to be moments of downs, and there's going to be moments of ups where they're kind of like taking you on trips somewhere. They're making you the star of the show. They're doting you with attention. But then there are going to be other moments where they're quiet. There's an energy here of, like I said, domination coming through, tying you up. I'm getting like a little bit of whips and chains energy coming through here, belts, stuff like that. The Three of Wands is like showing you a whole new world. It's kind of what I'm getting. And like I said, because it's clarifying the Six of Wands, you are the star of this whole new world. And they're like, just, I don't know. Oh, the visuals, please. It's like, yeah, just you are the star or the subject. And they're twisted little dark fantasy, okay? I think that's like a album, is it not? Like a Kanye West album or something? My Twisted Dark Fantasy or something like that. That could be something coming through. This person like dark humor. This is the perfect time to get this notification, because I just got a notification that Zayn from One Direction posted a new story on Instagram. And he's the perfect embodiment of this energy. I feel like he's so hard to read. And that makes a lot of sense if we take away the devil and just focus on the fact that the Capricorn, I just, Barry Lee, let me stop. If we just take into consideration that the devil is Capricorn energy, and Capricorns tend to be very set in their ways, very rigid, very disciplined, and that's the kind of energy coming through. This person, once it comes to work and certain things, they're going to be putting in the work. But what's also great is that when it comes to things they care about, which includes you, they're going to put in the work, like I said. So it's giving, if they want to be there, they're going to be there. If they want to get to know you better, they're going to like have to make those changes that you ask them to. So it's like, okay, you get someone who's like a little bit more quiet, a little more reserved, hard to read, but you also get someone who's willing to put in anything it takes to get or make you happy, you know? It may take a while, it may not happen overnight, but they're doing whatever it takes. This person's very controlling. I'm getting like a Christian Grey vibe from this person, you know? And it's like when he first met Anna, he was very rigid, very set in his ways. No, I don't make love, I only F, whatever the heck he was saying to that poor girl. And he wanted to whip her silly and be in control of everything and tell her when to eat and sleep and F and go to work and come home, whatever she did, and she would break the rules, he would get upset and want to spank her, kind of energy, that dynamic could be coming through. But the more they went along the connection, the more he kind of eased up, and Anna started to gain more control. And he did things he didn't want to do, begged and groveled because he wanted to be with her. And she would be like, okay, if you don't change, I'm leaving. And he's like, okay, fine. It's okay. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to sleep in your own room. You can sleep in my bed. And he completely upheavaled his life to please her, to change in the way that she needed him to change, to heal and grow in the way that he needed to grow. And I feel like, yeah, group 1 and group 2 is like all fluff and beautiful, but I think this energy here is like more like, I don't know, like transformative and dark and beautiful and powerful, because this person's like, hey, I will be better for you. And that's how they're treating you. I will grow to fit into the mold you want me to grow into. I'm not going to change completely, but I'm going to grow as a person to be a little bit more of who you need me to be. And I think that's beautiful. Oh, I'm getting a little bit emotional. Please, I can't. Because it's like, you can complain about something till you're blue in the face and someone will be like, okay, I'm not going to change. But this person loves you so much, they're going to change for you. You know? And not change completely who they are, but change little facets to make you a little bit more happy. You know? They're going to yield where they've never yielded before. They're going to give up control where they never gave up control before. I'm seeing the scene in 50 Shades. I think it's darker, where he like makes out an outline of all the places that she can touch him. And he was so against and adamant that nobody can touch me. Like, you can only touch me on my arms, and his chest was a very sore subject. Most of his like upper torso was a sore subject. A little bit lower was fine. But he had like trigger spots on his body, and he would tell Anna, you can't touch me, okay? You can only touch me here, whatever. And when she would try to touch him, because the closer they got emotionally, the more she wanted to feel up on his body, of course. and he would like to say no, and like will grab her hands, like, you know, take control, right? And her little opportunity to have a little bit of control was gone. But in 50 Shades Freed, he like used her lipstick and allowed her to outline where it was good for her to touch, so she knew where her boundaries were and knew where his boundaries were. And that was like a big moment in their connection, because she was happy, but he also got to keep his boundaries. Like I said, there's something so powerful about someone who's willing to compromise to make you happy where they've never compromised before, you know? So that's the kind of dynamic I'm getting here between you guys, okay? Which I'm shaking a little bit. It could become cold, but I don't know. There's like a powerful like transformation that comes through in this connection, right? This person could like be like someone who's like so super like dark and maybe a little bit toxic, like I said, but they grow with you, okay? But that's what I'm getting, that Christian Grey energy, where they want to be in control of everything, but they also like they want to be with you so bad they're going to release some of that control to please you. And this, like I said, like not all fluffy and, oh, this is so cute, and they're going to dote on you, they will, but it's like in a different way. Something that's like slower, that's harder, that's more like war battled and hard earned. I think it's a better way to pronounce that. Something that takes like a lot more like going through the fire, raking over coals kind of energy to change fundamentally who they were before and become someone who's like still good to them, but also someone who's good for you and good to you. Okay, beautiful. So someone who's willing to explore and become better is what I'm getting, and that's how they're going to treat you. But it's like a very like crazy way to think about it. That's how it's coming through to me, so just bear with me, right? Then we have the Three of Coins, someone who's willing to work with you. We have 2 3s coming through, right? Someone who may even be willing to incorporate or bring in someone as a third party, like a therapist or a friend or whatever, to kind of help facilitate this change in this connection, you know? Then we have the Judgment card. So there will be like a test of sorts in this connection, right? This person could like be someone who does test you. You guys got, like I said, this if you are still here, then you're willing to put up with this, okay? But it's like this person will test you and test how well you work together and how much you're willing to like put up with and how much you're unable to put up with. Like I said, Anna was like, nah, if you think I'm going to sit here and deal with your BS, I'm leaving. And you're like, oh no, don't leave me, please stay. It's the kind of energy. And one thing this person is willing to do and how they'll treat you is they're willing to speak it up, talk it out, you know? They're willing to have a little meeting. Whenever Anna and Christian, that book, had a little disagreement, she would put on a cute little dress and they would have like a business meeting, because he was a CEO of like a Fortune 500, whatever company in the book. And she would put on a little dress. They would have a business meeting and they would go over things like, you know, colleagues, mutuals. Like the one thing about him, he saw her as a mutual. He didn't think he was better than her, even though he had more money than her. He considered her to be his equal, you know? And he gave her that respect that she deserved as someone who he considered his equal, right? And they would have meetings and they would be things that she didn't like. He was like, okay, noted, we could fix that. And like they would just talk about it as grown-ups, right? And that's grown folk things coming through here, okay? So that's how this person will treat you, as an equal, as someone who they know they have like a lot of power. This person, like I said, could be older or has a lot of money, that kind of thing. And they could be a Christian Grey fellow, maybe younger, has a lot of money still. There's power here that this person has. And they're willing to like give some of it up to keep you and to be with you and make this connection work, which I said is like really beautiful. Boom. Knight of Swords, this person loves talking. I feel like this person likes talking when they're ready to talk, when they're ready to open up and be vulnerable, they're ready. It's like, this person's like so like, oh, I can't stand people like this, because they don't want to give up control, but when they're ready to talk, they want to talk. When they're ready to bleep, they want to bleep. When they're ready to tie you up, they want to tie you up right away. They're very domineering, you know? So just be careful for that with this person. I believe if you push back, they'll kind of like, you know, compromise and concede sometimes, but if you allow them to control you, they'll just control you. Don't let it happen, okay? Fight back, okay? And then we have the Emperor card coming through here, which is like Zeus, and he was very domineering. He was very like a tyrant. This person could definitely be a tyrant. And if you allow them to continue to be a tyrant, you're going to be in a relationship under tyranny. And it needs to be a matriarch. Let me stop. And not even a patriarch, it needs to be a matriarch, because this person needs to understand, okay? That they're not going to just be telling you what to do. Unless you like that, and then oh my gosh. Unless you like that, then everything that's coming through is right up your alley. You want someone to control you, tell you what to do, all that kind of stuff, okay? The other two cards we have over here is Six of Swords. So there is healing. We love to see it. Okay. And then we have the Seven of Coins. So working together to make things better. Okay. Yeah. Working together to make things better is definitely what's coming through here. So this person is willing to put in the work is how they're going to treat you. They know they're not perfect, but they're willing to put in the work. Whereas other people may not be willing to put in the work. This person could have been betrayed a lot, or they could have like a childhood wound the way Christian did in the books, where he like grew up in like a very toxic household. His mom's boyfriend used to burn him with cigarettes on his little 6-year-old chest. Like his mom died in front of him, and he laid with her dead body for like 3 days until the police came and found him and then to drag him away. He was in foster care for a little bit, then finally found a nice family. But those formative years from like 1 to 6, I think he was like 6 or so when they kind of came and took him from his mom, or she passed away, scarred that man for life, right? I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot where I was going with this. But it's like that could like be why this person is like so what they have gone through, I guess we could say. I think I was like, this person is willing to put in the work to change or something like that. I forget, y'all. I don't know what's going on with y'all reading today, but it's getting a little crazy. But oh yeah, I was saying this person could have gone through those kinds of things, which is why they're kind of like this, okay? It could be any number of things they grew up with, or it could just be they grew up in an environment where they were like the patriarchy, and men have the final say in all sorts of things, in law and the household, supposedly. Like, that's the kind of energy this person could be big in, and you're kind of like, oh no, not with me. No, we don't do that over here. And that's something they learn quite quickly, okay? But this person loves to strategize and debate and go back and forth with you. That's how they're going to treat you, you know? It's going to be like a tug of war, like a game of chess. And I think both of you really like that. Oh boy, if you decide to stay with them, you really like that, okay? Because Anna loved the challenge, Shaw. And she also wanted her fairy tale romance. So this could kind of be like the tortured artist, tortured poet, tortured soul who meets the girl. It's kind of giving me grumpy sunshine kind of energy. Or this person, like I said, yeah, that I remember now. Yes, this person could have been hurt and betrayed a lot in their past. It has them acting like this. But like I said, the fact that they're willing to change or, you know, concede to you is saying more than enough. Okay, let's keep going. It comes back eventually. But I was giving you examples of what Christian went through in the show. And then he was also taken advantage of at a young age when he was like 14, 15. His mom's friend came on to him and like not forced him, but coerced him into this sexual relationship that was very inappropriate. So that boy done been through some things. I can understand why he turned out the way he did, but still, he was willing to change and fix things and go over things with Anna, okay? And then it's like, even though this person is giving devil energy, they're still like soft with the animals energy, you know, so they're not all horrible bad kind of person. Here we have dawn to dusk. This is like giving me like really late night conversations. So it's like, I'm getting this vibe, but I'm also not getting this vibe. So this could be like a half and half thing. I do believe that there's like problems in the connection. This person's going to stay up all night until you guys fix it, you know? Others of you, this person's like, nah, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Maybe in the beginning they're like that. And then towards the end of your connection, the more you get to know each other, the more they're kind of like, okay, the more they're kind of like, okay, let's get through this. You know, let's work through this. Excuse me, what is wrong with me? Like, please, this reading is like, like Aggie, this person can be like very annoying to you when you first meet them until you kind of get to know them a little bit more and like get comfortable, you know? But anyway, dawn to dusk. Whenever I see this card, I always think of Dusk Till Dawn, a song by, is it Sia and Zayn? And it's funny because Zayn was coming through. And he does give the the tortured soul very well, you know? The quiet, the artistic, full of tattoos, dark themes, dark energy. You know, he's a Capricorn. Now, we shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised as to why he is the way he is. I just want to know, like, what's his, like, moon and rising. I want to know his birth chart. But he like gives like dark masculine vibes, you know? But still like very sweet, very innocent, very giddy, very nerdy when he's ready. But overall, he was the broody bad one, bad boy energy from One Direction. He was like, oh, no one can get to know him. He's like the tortured soul. You're getting one of those. Y'all are getting one of those. Okay, here we have dancing in the light. So I do believe there is a time when things lighten up. This person, like I said, does have moments of levity where things are fun, you're laughing, you're talking, and you're discussing, and you're debating, you're just like joking, ribbing each other. And then there's moments where they kind of close up and like maybe get taken back to those moments from childhood or when they were betrayed, and they kind of close up and clam up. And that's nothing to do with you, but it's like those memories that are stuck with them, right? They're laughing and giggling with you. They're like, oh, I used to giggle and laugh with so-and-so, and they betrayed me in the end. And then they kind of get quiet. And it's like nothing to, you didn't do anything, but they're like getting flashbacks that they have to kind of overcome. You're right. And that's their journey to do. That's something that they have to kind of do themselves, right? Here we have crying out. Okay, interesting. How they treat you, this person like be a shoulder to cry on for you, because they are very much embodying that very strong person that you can kind of depend on. The King of Coins is also kind of giving me someone who wants to make you feel better. So whenever you're upset and crying, they're going to be there. Like, it's like giving, oh, watch the world burn. Watch the world burn, feel. That song. Oh, that is like so popular on TikTok. It's like that kind of energy. Like, I will literally like burn down the whole world if you mess with my girl, is the vibe coming through here from your person. So that's a little treat for dealing with this kind of person, right? They'll burn the world down for you. Then we have gold at the end of the rainbow. Look at that. So I feel like I said, things come to a head maybe, and then you guys kind of fix whatever's wrong. And then here we have showing up. That's the one thing this person's always going to do. This is the first time I've ever gotten this card. We have a new card alert. New card alert. Showing up. That's what they're always going to do. They're always going to be there for you. So they may be quiet. They may be brooding. They may be a little damaged. But aren't we all? This person's going to work through it to be with you. The Emperor is someone who takes control, who takes ownership of their ish, and they're going to deal with it. You know what I mean? This person is going to be really good at like solving your problems. This person's going to be really good at like helping you overcome challenges, right? That's kind of what I'm getting as well. This person wants to take full control of your life, you know, tuck you under their wing and like make sure you never get hurt again, is the kind of vibe coming through. But in the meantime, we're gonna have to deal with like a few ups and downs with this person, I feel like, in this next connection or next partnership. This person could hide their tears. So I'm looking at Hades and the way his eyes are covered, but we can still see him crying. So like you're getting like I guess a sensitive gangster, I guess we could say. You're getting like a little sensitive gangster. But the gold at the end of the rainbow could mean this person like has some money and like to spoil you that way. You know, I'm hearing allowance. Some people can have like an allowance or something. Dancing in the lights, like you guys could dance together. This person's gonna treat you like fine china, is what I just heard. It's definitely giving the obsession that Christian had with Anna when they first met and throughout the series. So if you never watched 50 Shades of Grey movies or read the books, this could be your chance to do so. It might help you learn or understand more about this kind of person before you fall in love with them, right? It may like help you have more empathy for them or sympathy. Both. Okay, let us get the dice here and roll these last dice to confirm anything that was coming through in the reading. This person's definitely gonna want to be in control of the bedroom, because these things coming through and dancing in the light look like, you know, those things racing towards the eggs after, you know, mom and dads do the thing, you know. Here we have Pisces. So yeah, this person is like very deep, very dark, very mysterious, very quiet. They keep to themselves. They also do have like this idealistic, idealistic dream for what their life was going to become, maybe. Here we have the sun. Yeah, very commanding, very warm, very magnetic. This person's going to make you feel very warm, I feel like. This person's gonna, like I said, watch the world burn for you. This person's gonna go to war. And then, yeah, I mean, the devil being Hades at that should have told us all we needed to know, because Hades, isn't he the one that stole Persephone and said, nah, sis, you finna stay down here? But what did he do? He conceded to give her 6 months. He's like, I'll give you 6 months away from me up on Earth. You know, that's when we have, I think, is it spring and summer? And then when she has to go back down there and deal with that man, it's fall and winter. But he was like, I love you, I want you, but I will concede to you and give you 6 months of the year to live your life and see your mother and see your family and all that kind of stuff. So yes, controlling, yes, very borderline evil and ghetto, but have a soft spot for you. There you go. We have Aquarius. This is coming through in every freaking reading. Oh my goodness. Aquarius is like out of the box thinking, being a rebel, okay? Progressive thinking. So this person will be like very smart. This person has planned your whole life out is kind of what I'm getting here. That's something you don't have to worry about. Their whole life has been planned out. And it's kind of like, not you're an accessory, that's rude. It's kind of like you're just going to be along for the ride. Everything they've wanted to accomplish, they've accomplished. We have the King of Pentacles and we have the Emperor coming through here. Whatever they have accomplished, whatever they have wanted to accomplish, they are fully realized human being with some scars. And they're going to become an even more fully realized human being by your side, okay? And then here we have the South Node. So it's getting like past life connections, karmic links, stuff like that. This person could trigger you so much because you had like a triggering past life with them, right? Here we have 5th house, but there is going to be some fun there. It's going to be very fun. Like I said, that adventure and like doting on you and making you feel like the star of the show. You're kind of like going to be like, I don't know, when Christian gave her the time of day and he was like, and she was like, I'm just me and you're just you. And when they first met, this man was buying her first editions. He was buying her a laptop. He was buying her a new phone. He was buying her a car. And within the first month or 2 of knowing her, this person is like, and it could have been considered love bombing, but it worked out for them, didn't it? He ended up building her dream house. Like, I love it. 5th house energy. But yeah, it's definitely getting like very playful. Like I said, banter, back and forth, traveling, romantic energy, dating. A lot of dating can definitely be a thing here. This person's going to take you out and treat you, you know, like, I'm sorry, like I did this, I'm working on it. Like, I'm sorry I did this, I'm working on it. They're not just, it's not empty apologies. They're actually working to become a better person. But in the meantime, let's date and let's F and let's, you know, do all this fun stuff together. Period. Okay. And then here we have 3rd house. One thing they're always open to is communication with the Knight of Swords here. They're always open to hear what you have to say, what they can do better. The improvement is like a big thing for this person. And I'm just like, I hope it resonated for somebody out there, honestly, because this is not what I was expecting, but there's always one reading that kind of catches me off guard. I'm just glad I got up and took a break when needed. That could be something that's going to be a big factor in your relationship. Like getting up and walking away and taking a break, taking a breather when things get too heated. Because I was like ready to fall asleep in your reading. I'm like, you know what I mean? I was like, no, wake up. Go take a walk it off, right? And come back. And I was alert and we kind of got to the end of the reading. You know, we made it. Okay? So that's what's coming through for you guys. I hope it resonated in some way. 3rd house is like also social media. So you guys could like end up being a couple who are like on social media or something. But this is how they're going to treat you. Travel, experiences, knowledge, reading is coming through as well. Talking, conversations, like-minded individuals with the 3 of Pentacles coming through here. You guys could even end up working together as well. 5th house is romance, dating, kids could be a thing as well. You guys both like become little kids when you're together, right? Or talk a lot about your childhood could be a thing as well. But yeah, dancing is coming through as well. Dancing in the kitchen, that kind of thing. Providing for you, being there when you need to cry, you being there when they need to cry. Staying up all night, binge watching movies is like that. That's the kind of energy coming through for you guys. They'll treat you like a princess. And they'll treat you like their queen is also what I just heard. Okay, period. Okay, this reading is the longest it's been for all 3 readings. I hope it resonated. Like, follow, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you want to book a reading with me, you could always do so using my email in the description box below. If you want to join the memberships that I have here on the channel now, feel free to do so. That's where you have more control. We have more fun over there. You get to see my regular readings quicker. There's members only readings as well. There's of course other exciting things that I need to just, you know, we're going to get into. It's 2026. I'm excited for where the channel's going to go. So just join the memberships if you feel called to do so. Check out all the links and everything that I have in the description box. You can get a promotion code for Otter Spirit and Rose Forever. There's also another collab that's coming that I'm excited about. But yeah, I hope the reading resonated, right? I love you guys. I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. I almost said movie. See, movies are going to be important. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.